Good evening. Welcome to 302 Sports. Tonight, Henlopen Conference Friday night game of the week. We're live from Smyrna, Delaware, and it's opening night in the Henlopen Conference Northern Division. 3 games on top in the conference, but tonight we bring you Sussex Central at 2-0 against 0-2 Smyrna. Good evening, folks. I am Benny Mitchell, and for the last 4 Division I state titles have run through these 2 schools. The Sussex Central Golden Knights claiming their first ever state championship in football last year, and in 2015, Smyrna Eagles captured theirs, and then went on to get number 2 and 3 in 2016 and 2017. Let me bring on my broadcast partner for tonight, Dave Frederick. And Dave, it's opening night in the Henlopen Conference North. Some of the biggest battles are going to take place over the next 8 weeks. But tonight, we have 2 of the hottest programs over the last 5 years, and these 2 teams, they count for 4 Division I state championships. After tonight, I think we're going to start to see a much clearer picture of the Henlopen North.
Yeah, Benny, these 2 teams met in Week 6 last season. Central would establish itself as the team to beat in the would finish at 1-3 on the year in a weird season where they only played 9 games. You'll recall a few years ago down at Central when a Smyrna team that starred Will Knight, Letty Brown, and Nolan Henderson. Central almost upset them down there.
That's right. A day game, a windy day game.
Yep.
That's right. The Golden Knights are the defending state champs, and they bring on a 14-game winning streak as well as the number 1 ranking in the 302 Sports Poll into tonight's game. Philip Stratton leads the Knights with 207 yards rushing, while Tysier Shepard-Parker leads with 3 touchdowns. They returned their entire offensive line from last season, as well as several key playmakers. Tonight, Dave, the defense will get tested, and we'll see if it's the real deal again.
Yeah, this team has a tremendous amount of depth at running back. They'll spread it out and hand it off to all those guys back there. The other thing all those running backs are expected to do is block for each other, and if you don't block in this offense, you're not going to play. You're right, their defense was dominant last year, and Kasim Lewis is still there.
That's right, he's back. After winning 3 consecutive state titles, the Eagles missed the state tournament last season, going 3-6 in a season that one could describe as injury-riddled. The 2019 version of the Smyrna Eagles is fairly young and inexperienced, but still dangerous. They start the season off 0-2, but those losses are at number 4 Middletown and the 2018 Maryland 3A state finalist Glen Elk. Even at 0-2, Smyrna's reputation has them ranked in the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, Smyrna goes out and plays a non-conference schedule where, and they're not afraid to take a loss in their non-conference schedule. They're looking to get better, and they're one of those teams that'll play anybody. We know they're well coached. They're committed to what they do with their 2 platooning guys. They're going to onside kick. They're not going to punt the ball. Last year when we saw them, they ran the ball a ton out of that really tight wedge formation. And this year, they passed for 444 yards over 2 games.
Right, known as the Earthquake.
Right.
Dave, we're going to take a quick break here, quick commercial break. Folks, you're watching the Soto Concepts pregame show with Benny Mitchell and Dave Frederick. And coming up after the break, we're going to go to the Millman's Appliances Players to Watch, a new sponsor here on 302 Sports. Folks, we'll be right back with your Henlopen Conference Northern Division opener.
I'm Scott Kammerer of Sodell Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering company and a food truck right here on the Culinary Coast in southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On and Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade pasta. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our treetop deck has the best happy hour around. And Matt's Fish Camp, located on Route 1 in North Bethany Beach, your classic seafood shack. At Sodell, we believe in beautiful, simple food and making the world a better place. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Sodell Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the Culinary Coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Sodell Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley. Cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Sodell Concepts on the Culinary Coast with 10 locations from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out.
And welcome back to Smyrna, Delaware here on 302 Sports Friday Night Henlopen Conference. game of the week. And Dave, it's time for a new sponsor. It's the Millman's Appliances Players to Watch segment. And we're going to start with the Sussex Central Golden Knights. And 3 guys I want to watch tonight. First off, number 2, Shaheem Williams, the running back.
Yeah, so as a sophomore, he got major experience in action, was a contributor on their state championship team. It's hard you don't usually call a kid who's a junior a veteran.
Right.
But he is. He's a veteran, and he runs the ball between the tackles and does he's a prototypical back that in Coach Wells' offense.
Dave, 4 of the 5 guys that scored touchdowns in the state championship game are back here tonight. They were all underclassmen. Let's talk about Kasim Lewis. This kid is a monster.
He spearheads the defense, and if you're game planning your offense against Sussex Central, you start with him. And he is just a disruptor. He can play standing up. He can play with his hand on the ground. He can play inside. He can play outside. He's aggressive. He's excited. And, oh, by the way, he likes to run the ball.
Yes, he does.
And they've only given it to him 1 time this year. So that means he's probably anxious to touch it.
That's right. 1 carry, 11 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, and he's dangerous when he gets the ball.
I think last year, he had something like 12 touches and 8 touchdowns, something crazy like that. When he touches the ball, he seems to get in the end zone. And the last part of the fullback, Philip Stratton.
Same thing. Another guy in the backfield. It's these guys. You don't want to say they're robots because they're way too athletic,
right.
But they got a ton of athletic guys back there that he got a ton of time again as a junior. Big-time games and made big-time plays. And as a sophomore last year, as a junior this year, it could just as easily be him be the leading rusher of this team.
That's right. And for the Smyrna Eagles, we're going to start talking about with number 12, their quarterback, the junior Aiden Sanchez.
Right. So we talked about it. Last year they were in that earthquake package, and this year they're spreading it out, and he is one of the guys over good numbers over 2 games, throwing the ball. And, I'm guessing that they're going to be asking him to do that tonight.
Sure. And they do run 2 quarterbacks. They run number 20. Nick Richardson is also the sophomore. And I watched him Wednesday when I was here, and I watched him pregame, and he's got a good ball. He's got a strong arm.
Yes, he does. He's a big kid.
And the guy he's going to throw to, the leading receiver this year for Smyrna, is number 13, Makai Jackson.
Yeah, he's the wide receiver they're going to look to go down the field. The other thing about this is you may see him matched up against Williams or Saffold tonight, and that's going to be a good matchup.
All right. And finally, the last guy, he's the guy. He's got 8 D1 offers. Right now, he's the man in the Henlopen Conference. I think he's one of the just most athletic kids I've ever seen, and he's built to play football. Is number 1, Debo Williams.
No question about it. He's the highest-rated player in the game tonight that has a lot of good players. And the thing about you think about a kid like that with Division I offers, that means not only does he have that athletic package, that means he's got the academic package and he's got the character component as well. And that's something that people that aspire to be that kind of a player need to consider.
And 2 of those offers, one's Delaware State and one's University of Delaware. Would love to see him in Newark on Saturday afternoons. And while we're talking about Smyrna and Saturday afternoons in Newark, let's congratulate Nolan Henderson, the former Smyrna quarterback. He will get the start Saturday against University of Penn.
Kid's a playmaker.
He had came in second half. I was there, and just an outstanding game. And he's the kind of kid that can extend plays. With the reverse field, where he looks like he's sacked, and next thing you know, he's hitting Chichi-Amici in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, and extend plays by just making those extra little things and keeping his eyes downfield. No question. Good for him.
Folks, we'll take a couple commercial time out here. We'll be right back after the break with the Purple Parrot Pigskin Picks, where me and Trey Mitchell we're going to go around the conference and tell you who we think is going to win on Friday night. Folks, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts.
And I'm Lauren from Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware.
Come visit us at Catch 54 overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
At Catch 54, we are committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a beautiful setting overlooking the bay. We have great nightly specials throughout the 2nd season and serve a great happy hour every day, all year.
Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Open 7 days a week year-round. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts.
And I'm Matt Patton from Fish On & Lewis.
We'd love to see you at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out.
At Fish On, we are committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a casual atmosphere, complete with a happening bar and outdoor patio dining. House specialties include shrimp and grits, maple glazed salmon, along with traditional seafood favorites like fish and chips, and crowd pleasers like our short rib burger with bacon tomato jam.
Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points in Lewis, Delaware. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto.
And welcome to 302 Sports and Week 3 of the Pigskin Picks, brought to you by the Purple Parrot. Purple Parrot, 134 Rehoboth Avenue. If the Parrot's busy, head on over to their sister restaurant, Iguana Grill at 52 Baltimore Avenue. Purple Parrot brings you the Pigskin Picks. Trey, week number 3, and here we go. 2 out-of-state games. They're always the hardest to determine, but we're going to start with Northeast out of Maryland. They head to the state capitol with a 1-1 record, but they've given up 60 points in 2 games. I think a shootout favors the Senators, who desperately need a win after starting the season 0-2. I'm going Dover in this one.
I agree. I like Dover in this one. A team that's letting up 60 points in 2 games, that fits right into Dover style, who they put points on the board, so I like Dover.
That's a 7 o'clock kickoff in Dover. 7:30 kickoff in Delmar. The Wildcats, they took one on the chin last week to a highly respected Parkside team out of Salisbury. This week it's another Eastern Shore team. It's Maryland 2A, Queen Anne's. The Wildcats need to bounce back this week, but it will be a challenge from another team that's bigger, both physically and by enrollment. But the Lions have never played in Delmar. I'm taking Delmar in this game.
Yeah, it could be a tough game for Delmar, but I've always liked Delmar at home. I think they get back on track after last week and they get the job done.
Rare 4 o'clock afternoon start in Middletown as St. Andrews hosts Seaford. The Blue Jays, they lost a close game last week to First State Military Academy, and they don't have a game under their belt. As they take on the Saints on Friday, I'm going to give some love to Seaford here. I'm going to take the Blue Jays in this one.
Yeah, I like the Blue Jays here. I think they get in the win column.
7 o'clock kickoff in Dagsboro. This is going to tell us how good both the Blue Hen Conference Flight B and the Henlopen South are. Pont travels to Indian River. Indian River enters this game 0-2 after 2 games against Henlopen North opponents. Pont, they escaped with a close win over Christiana, which has us thinking, how improved are the Vikings? I'm going to take Indian River with a tight road win here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close game. I don't know if it's going to be close with a low score or close with a high score. I'm going to go with DuPont, though.
Okay. 7:30 kickoff in Laurel. We were just there last week. Caravel is coming to town. Caravel enters week 3. Their third Henlopen opponent in consecutive weeks. I like Laurel scheduling and challenging themselves the way they have this season. They're young. The Bulldogs are young and will learn from these tough games. But the road gets tougher for Laurel when number 9 Caravel comes to town. I'm taking Caravel.
Yeah, I agree. I respect the schedule. I respect them. They're young. They're getting after it. But Caravel's been pretty impressive. We've seen them. They had a big win last week, so I like Caravel.
Opening weekend for the Henlopen Conference in Northern Division, and the first one on tap. 7 o'clock kickoff in Camden. 5 miles separate these schools, Trey. You know a lot about this. The Panthers make the short trip up Route 13. They're bringing in a 1-1 record to take on the winless Caesar Rodney Riders at Ryder Stadium. Polytech shocked Caesar Rodney 2 years ago, beating them for the first time and only time ever. But the Riders, their backs are up against the wall in Week 3. This is a must-win game for Caesar Rodney, and I'm going to take the Riders in this one.
I always take the Riders, but that's my bias. But I'm going to take the Riders. Like you said, you made a good point. Their backs against the wall. They need the win, and I think they're going to do it.
Kickoff 7 o'clock in Milford when Cape Henlopen and Milford meet up. 0-2 Cape Henlopen will open their Henlopen North schedule, inviting the Bucks back to Division I, but on the road. The numbers aren't in Cape's favor. Cape's defense has allowed 38 points per game. Milford's offense is averaging 28 points a game. The Vikings need to keep this game low scoring to win, but I'm taking Milford.
Yeah, I agree. They need to keep it low scoring, and I think that they'll start the game out keeping it low scoring, but I see Milford rolling in the second half. I like Milford.
Couple Saturday kickoffs. Sussex Tech at William Penn, 1 o'clock kickoff. Trying to think the last time the Colonials hosted 2 Henlopen Conference teams on consecutive weekends. Probably hasn't happened. The Ravens have shown more offensive output than Cape did in their last week's game against William Penn. William Penn brought the alumni out last week, Trey, with decades of history on hand. This week they will have their hands full with an explosive Sussex Tech team. I'm taking the Sussex Tech Ravens.
I agree. I think Sussex Tech can put a lot of points on the board. Like you said, they're explosive. I like Tech.
10:30 kickoff right downtown in the city of Newark as Lake Forest and Newark High School get it on. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is the first time that these two schools have ever met. Newark makes its debut in Division II this year. I don't see the 10:30 start bothering the Spartans. Look for them to get Isaiah Johnson rolling early. I'm taking Lake Forest in this one.
Yeah, Lake Forest has looked good early this year. I could see it being on the road and early start, maybe sputtering, not coming out hard, but I think Lake Forest wins.
And the Battle of the Blue, Woodbridge Blue Raiders travel north to Alapocas to take on the Wilmington Friends Quakers. And what a series this has become. Not only the 8 years that they've been playing, but 2 state championship games. Home field means nothing when these two teams meet. In fact, the last 2 years, the winning team has won on the road. In the 8 times these two teams have played, the road team has won 6 of those games. Wilmington Friends brings back some heavy talent in the skill positions and on the defensive line. May still have that state championship bad taste in their mouth, but I'm taking Woodbridge in this one.
Yeah, I like that stat you did last 2 meetings on the road. I like that. I think both these teams are really good. I love when we get to watch this matchup. But I like Woodbridge here because of that stat, and they've impressed me a lot. But I think it's going to be 4 tough quarters of football.
Absolutely. And our Friday night home conference game of the week, 6 o'clock kickoff in Smyrna. The past 4 state championship tray has run through these 2 schools. The Eagles got the 3-peat, and then the Golden Knights brought home their first state title last year. Sussex Tech is 2-0 and carries the number 1 ranking with them. Don't let an 0-2 Smyrna team fool you. In 2016, they started the season 0-2 and went on to win a state championship. It's opening week in the Henlopen North. Some of the most exciting games are about to happen on Friday night. This game is going to tell us a lot about the 2019 season here in the Henlopen North. I'm taking Sussex Central on the road.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be an exciting game. Like you said, that 0-2 record, don't let it fool you about Smyrna. They won, 3 years ago, they won a state title off that. They're no joke. They're back on the come up. They were hurting a little bit last year. I think they're going to be dangerous late in the year, but I like Central here right now. They're playing really good football.
So there you go with our Week 3 Purple Parrot Pigskin picks. Purple Parrot 134 Rehoboth Avenue. It's on your right-hand side as you're headed to the beach. And if, like I said, go to their sister restaurant, the Iguana Grill, 52 Baltimore Avenue. Folks, see you at kickoff. And welcome to 302 Sports and Week 3 of the. And welcome back to Smyrna. Benny Mitchell here with Dave Frederick. 302 Sports Friday Night Henlopen Conference game of the week. And Dave, let's talk about some of these. Some of the things that these teams have to do to win, the keys to victory. And we'll start off with Sussex Central. I think number 1, Sussex Central, grind it out, establish the run.
And that's what they always do.
Right.
And if they don't have to throw it, they won't.
That's right. And when I talked to Mike Judy on Wednesday, he said, look, let me tell you something. John Wells has a passing package in there somewhere.
Yes.
It's just whether he's going to have to use it or not.
Correct.
So, number 2, on defense, pressure Sanchez, cause him to make quick decisions.
Right. He's 444 yards over 2 games. A lot of it, he's getting the ball out quickly. He's getting it out to his running back some. If they spread you out, you see if you bring one more, then they can block and see if he can make that first initial read.
And I think finally, looking at the stats, Smyrna -5 in takeaways, Sussex Central +5 in takeaways. Sussex Central win the turnover battle.
If they win the turnover battle and control the ground game, that's the game they want to play.
And for Smyrna, what do the Eagles have to do tonight? I think they need to look for some quick hitters in that passing game.
Right, and some of their quick hitters in that passing game are really close to a running play. They get the ball out very quickly to their guys in space by spreading you out, and they look to turn and get up the field.
Right. That was number 2. Get your athletes in space. Challenge Sussex Central on the edges. I think they want to play them between the numbers and the sidelines.
Right. Make them run side to side. It's still warm out. See if you can get them tired, because when Sussex Central starts getting in a rhythm defensively, you could be in a lot of trouble.
Folks, that's our keys to the game for the 2 teams. So we're going to be right back. After a couple more timeouts, and we're going to wrap things up here in the Sodell Concept pregame show with Benny Mitchell and Dave Frederick, and we'll be back with some Henlopen Conference Friday night game of the week action.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Crust & Craft in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located just south of the movies at Midway on Coastal Highway, Crust & Craft specializes in wood-fired pizza, homemade pasta, fresh salads, and unique appetizers. Crust & Craft also has an extensive beer list featuring local and award-winning craft beers. The culinary team prides itself on using fresh ingredients and serving beautiful dishes. Crust & Craft open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner on Coastal Highway in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Sodell Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the Culinary Coast. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Sodell Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley. Cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Sodell Concepts on the Culinary Coast with 11 locations. From Lowest, Delaware to Fenwick
welcome back,
Island,
Lee.
come check us out.
And welcome back to Smyrna with Benny Mitchell and Dave Frederick here on the 302 Sports Sodal Concepts pregame show. Folks, real quick, I want to reach out to the McMahon family. Darren McMahon, he's one of our sponsors, Active Pest Control. And for the past couple of years, they have sponsored our Pest of the Game. Darren was injured in a tragic accident last weekend, and he's currently in a hospital in Pennsylvania. Progress from all reports are that he could end up being paralyzed from the neck down. Big burden on the family. The mothers had to leave work, and they have 2 young children, 5 and 7. So, if you're looking to support, Darren's a great guy, great family, outstanding family. On our Facebook page, the 302 Sports Facebook page, there is a GoFundMe account for the McMahon family. It's called Moving Forward. If you can't contribute, please share so that others can see it. And our thoughts and wishes and prayers go out to Darren McMahon and his family. No question. Folks, some of our sponsors here tonight that make these games possible. Number one, the official sponsor of all of our downstate broadcast is Sodal Concepts. 11 restaurants along the culinary coast. Barclay's Heating and Air, right here out of Smyrna. John and Ginger Barclay, 2 of the most. I call her the mayor of Smyrna. She's involved in a little bit of everything. She works here in the district. But John and Ginger Barclay, big fans of Smyrna sports, and Barclay He's there. They bring us the out-of-town scoreboard. Lasher's Barbecue brings us the Red Zone. Their son, he's one of those returning starting linemen, Dave, but out this year after injuring tearing an ACL and having to have surgery in the spring. It's Hiram Lasher. He'll be going to Maritime next year, but has to miss his senior season. Jawan Johnson, State Farm, he brings us a trivia question. I'm reaching back big time, Dave. I'm going to the 70s with tonight's answer. So, Jawan Johnson, State Farm, he sponsors the Sussex Central Player of the Week each week. Purple Parrot, who is a sponsor of our Pigskin Picks, the Purple Parrot Grill on Rehoboth Avenue, 134 Rehoboth Avenue. Active Pest Solutions brings us our Pest of the Game. Louis Pizza, home of the grinder. And Millman's Appliances, they bring us our Players to Watch, a new sponsor starting this week. And finally, Green Blade Irrigation Turf Care. Green Blade Irrigation Turf Care, they bring us what's next, and that is the Turf Report. Looks like it's going to be about 80 degrees here at kickoff, folks. We're playing on artificial turf. I've been on the field 2 days this week. I was on it before the game. Excellent condition the turf is, and I think this was one of the first turf fields, Dave, if not mistaken. Them or Dover. I'm not sure who got the carpet down first.
Yeah, this is a great complex here. Just coming in, you can tell this whole area is just all about the sports. Beautiful baseball fields on the pond down there. And this stadium, it's a great place. It's a great environment for a game.
So great field conditions, and also wind is nil. As I'm looking at the 2 flags down there, and they're just wrapped around the pole. So very little wind to deal with tonight. So the captains are coming out onto the field, and we'll have the toss, who's going to get the ball tonight. Also want to thank Bill Schultz, the athletic director here at Smyrna, for getting us room in the box and hooked us up, made sure we were good and ready to go. Anything I asked him if he could do that he couldn't was get that sun to go down just a little early. That thing is nasty.
Yeah, it was, but it's down now, and the lights are on in the stadium. It's going to be a beautiful fall evening.
Dave, this mat, I went to look at – of course, when I played at Sussex Central, we played Smyrna, but they were a Division II team back then.
Yep.
I went back and looked. 2007 is when Smyrna entered the Henlopen Conference Northern Division, and I'm thinking, this is a mismatch, right? Central only leads this series since they've been in the North, 7-5.
Yeah, and I can remember when Smyrna first came in, and they were running some spread before Mike Judy got here, and Mike Judy came in and really made a commitment to do things the way he was going to do them.
Wesley College guy.
Yeah. And I commend him for sticking to – he's a guy that, you talk about a head coach and a leader. They put a game plan together. They put a philosophy together. They get behind it, and they get after it.
Of course, Smyrna won a game back in 2009, a big upset, 19-14, and then they reeled off 4 in a row between 2014 and 2017. That 2014 was Nolan Henderson's first start as a quarterback at Smyrna High School. It was like week 3 or something like that. My shadow producer here, Charlie Wilson, the referee and professor at University of Delaware, told me that Smyrna was the first one to lay the carpet down. Smyrna was the first Henlopen Conference team. I should have told her that could be a trivia question. I'll wait a couple years.
Yeah. And the question is, have they redone it?
I don't believe so.
That's in really good shape.
Yeah, it is. It's in very good shape. Other games around the conference we're going to be looking at. Cape Henlopen is at Milford tonight. That's a Northern Division matchup as the Vikings are welcoming the Bucks back to the Henlopen North. Polytech at CR. I was saying on our broadcast, our show this week, I think the Appoquinimink Slays-Am game is going to tell us more about CR than the CR Polytech game.
Right.
Appo going down there week 1 and just taking it to Caesar Rodney. Queen Anne's is at Delmar. Queen Anne's, they used to play Sussex Central. Now they're playing Delmar. Queen Anne's, I was saying, they're big. Physically, they're big enrollment-wise, but they've never played in Delmar.
No, they've never played in Delmar, and that's a game, if Delmar gets a win, that's big points for a Division II team to pick off a 3A school in there.
Right. AI DuPont at Indian River. I think that's a game that's going to tell us a little bit about Division II. And then another game we're looking at tonight, Caravel at Laurel. A big game for Caravel as after the season opening loss, they're looking to get things back in order. Big win over Caesar Rodney last week. And then tonight they take on Laurel. Our top 10s in Division II. St. Mark's comes in at number 10. Caravel at 9. Lake Forest at 8. Tower Hill at 7. Archmere number 6. AI DuPont number 5. Delmar number 4. Howard, we saw them last week. They were pretty impressive. Number 3. And 2 and 1, they meet up tomorrow in Alapocas. Friends, Wilmington Friends is number 2, and the Woodbridge Blue Raiders remain number 1. In Division I, which is what we're here tonight, Smyrna is the number 10 team in the state. William Penn at 9. Milford Buccaneers at 8. St. George's 7. Dover 6. Appoquinimink 5. Middletown 4. Hodgson 3. Slays-Am 2, and Sussex Central, the team we're here to see here night 1. That is a heavy top 4 there, Dave.
Yes, it is. And you might be, it's hard to say, those numbers really don't mean anything right now in that top 4.
I think tonight is we had the fog day that wasn't the other morning downstate. By 7 a.m., I'm like, I said to my wife, there's a fog day. But tonight the fog's going to lift on the conference. So it's by 9:30, 10 o'clock tonight, we're going to know a lot more about the Henlopen Conference and maybe even the state of Delaware football-wise.
And Central in a position that they really haven't. I can't recall them ever having been in a position of being ranked number 1 in the state.
Yeah, at the start of the season, at least.
At the start of the season, right? So, as a coach, I always preferred to be the underdog in any game. It's tough to be the favorite.
Well, I went out there Tuesday afternoon to the Sussex Central practice, and last year when I was out there before this game, I thought Central was tight. I thought they were nervous. And they came out and they get the win. Then they win a state title. I go out there Tuesday, and they are loose. They're having fun. Just what a difference winning a title makes.
No question, and some experience.
Tonight is the be bold and go for the gold. And, Dave, I don't know if you noticed, you came in all the pictures of the young kids in this area that have been stricken with cancer. And it makes you stop and read each one and appreciate what you have.
Yeah, I had a son spend some time at AI DuPont for a couple of months up there, and you do see some things that really make you scratch your head and make you very appreciative.
Yeah, you get out of bed and your back hurts and you complain about it, and then you wonder why when you see pictures of these kids.
Hanging out with friends and family.
So, folks, we're here for the opening, or for the coin toss.
2017, she underwent brain surgery.
There's a lot of photographers out there tonight, Davis. This must be a big game, number 1 versus number 10.
No question.
Got radio in the house. We got a couple newspapers here.
She received proton therapy to zap the cancer cells and is doing well.
And Smyrna out there with 4 of those pictures that we saw on the fence.
Be with us this evening, but we would like to recognize them at this time. Colby Atkinson. Colby is 20 years old and a 2017 Smyrna High School graduate. He is attending the University of Delaware, majoring in sports management. Colby was very tired right after he finished his freshman season of football. On December 3rd, 2013, he was diagnosed with T-cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia. On April 17, 2014, after 5 months of chemotherapy, he needed a bone marrow transplant to save his life. Colby is involved with U-Dance to provide support to families and help other kids going through cancer to have a chance to enjoy their childhood. Colby also volunteers his time every summer as a counselor at Case Camp for kids with cancer. Colby smiles each day and has turned his cancer journey into something positive to help others. David Fu. David is 20 years old and graduated from Smyrna High School in 2017. He is now attending the University of Delaware and majoring in entrepreneurship. On June 30th, 2009, he was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. It has been a tough journey and was very hard being told you have cancer at the age of 10. With support from family and friends, he made it through some tough and scary times. David is grateful for each day. Cancer has taught him to keep moving forward and to never give up. Always live life to the fullest and enjoy it. And last but not least, Kylie Pennywell. Kylie was diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma in February 1999 at the young age of 2. She fought a courageous battle for 9 years, living life to its fullest until she passed away in June 2008. She would have turned 23 years old this week. She left behind many good friends here in Smyrna, as well as her younger brother, Brant Pennywell, who graduated Smyrna High School in 2017. Please stop by the Letterman's Club table in the field house. There are Philly pretzels for sale for $2. All money raised will go to kids with cancer. Thank you, everyone.
So now we're going to get to the coin toss. Smyrna paying tribute to some of the children in their area that have been diagnosed with different forms of cancer in the Be Bold Go Gold game tonight. I think both sets of cheerleaders decked out in gold T-shirts. Our photographer, Ben Fulton, down there taking control and getting the coin toss going and photos for us. Probably the biggest game. This is the biggest game down south. I think the biggest game in the state tonight might be Appoquinimink and Slays Anthem, 2-0 versus 2-0. I don't know if they've ever played a game against each other.
Get a feel for how good Appo is this year.
Another Lake Forest on the road tomorrow. That's a game I'm going to be at next week when they host Wilmington Friends, which I'm getting some good games of the week there. So that could be a great one. Wilmington Friends has Woodbridge tomorrow, and then they head down to Felton to play next week.
Yeah, well, they can't keep the grass high like they used to.
No, because they got turf too. Yeah.
Yep.
So here we go. Sussex Central is going to take the opening kickoff, but I'm sure first we're going to have this national anthem by the Smyrna High School marching band.
Welcome to Smyrna High School and tonight's football game between the Golden Knights of Sussex Central and your Smyrna Eagles. Both Smyrna High School and Sussex Central are committed to the principles of good sportsmanship for both our players and our fans. We ask that everyone in attendance this evening abide by the same principles by respecting players, coaches, opposing fans, and officials. Please represent your school with class and dignity. Thank you, and enjoy tonight's game. If everyone would, please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
And Dave, I look down on the Smyrna sidelines and I see they popped up a medical tent. And I hope these Eagles don't spend as much time in it as the Philadelphia Eagles did Sunday. I mean, you had to take a number Sunday to get in the Eagles tent.
No question. Interesting, though, that they have that there.
Here come your Smyrna Eagles.
And here come the Smyrna Eagles. 0-2, but let me tell you something, folks. They're dangerous.
Yeah.
Or can be dangerous, I'll say that. And Sussex Central, we already know is dangerous. They're the defending state champs. And I thought, thought going in that, they would want to beat Hodgson and get that game back. But I think they beat the team they needed to beat. They beat Salesianum, who has been their nemesis throughout the state tournament in history.
No question, yeah. And like Salesianum's typically a team that pushes people around.
So here we go, folks, getting ready for kickoff, opening up the Henlopen North.
Again, fans, we ask that all fans please find seats in the bleachers. And
Light switch.
Please keep all stairs and walkways clear.
Yeah. We have light. They got the spotter down there, Buddy Lloyd.
I like it.
What's he doing at a football game? He's a wrestling guy.
Yeah, he's usually diagramming where all the mats go.
That's
for the
right.
state tournament.
That's right. So here we go, folks. Line up to kick it off. Back deep for Sussex Central. And these yellow numbers are going to kill me.
Yes, they are.
That looks like number 2, Shaheem Williams.
Kicking off for
And
Smyrna
maybe
High School, number 23,
Shepard
Brian
Parker,
McCormick.
21. So here we go, folks. Henlopen North season just about to get underway. And here we go, and the toe hits the pig, and we're on our way. And picked up at about the 25-yard line, and he's going to be wrapped up after a gain of maybe 2 or 3. And that's the kind of Smyrna defense we've seen in the past, that getting to the ball and just gang tackling.
Yeah, and Smyrna's not going to kick it to those guys back there.
On the play by number 41, Vinay Johnson.
I believe Williams is the one that went for a touchdown in the championship game last year, 99 yards. So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights.
1st and 10 on the Knights' 29-yard line.
And under center, number 4, Michael Glandon. He got a couple games in last year.
Yeah, we watched him.
Right,
Played the
against
whole
Queen
game
Anne's.
against Queen
Right.
Anne's.
1st and 10 at their own 29. And it's going to be a handoff to the right side. Nowhere to go. In on the tackle, number 1, Debo Williams.
There you go.
It's going to bring up a loss of,
Shepard Parker on
call
the
it
run.
4 on the play.
Number 1,
2nd
Darryl
and
Williams
14
on
for the
attack.
Golden Knights. Smyrna seems to be playing off the ball.
Yeah,
Those
they're
backers,
like they're in like a 4-4 or a 6-2 look there.
there's a toss to the left side. Gain of about 3. Who's on that tackle again?
Williams.
Number 1, Debo Williams.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, they're about 5 yards off the ball, Dave.
Sussex
Yeah.
Central tackle on the play by number 9, SP Hart, and number 1, Darryl Williams.
Brings up a 3rd and call it 11 for the Golden Knights. Golden Knights in the blue helmets, white jerseys, royal blue pants. Smyrna, white helmets, and the all red.
3rd down and 11.
A couple good wrestlers in there on that defensive line for Smyrna.
Mason Wilson, one of them, yes, sir.
Yeah, Hugo Harp, the other
Hugo
one.
Harp, yeah. And dropping back to passes, Glandon. There's a flag on the play, and an incomplete pass out around the 45, probably in the holding area. And that's what it's going to be, a hold on Sussex Central. So Glandon's first pass of the game goes incomplete. And I think that's something, if Smyrna can put them in a position where they have to throw, they're going to test this quarterback.
Yeah, and it looks like Smyrna was bringing pressure there and playing man.
Holding on Sussex Central. Penalty is declined.
So it brings up a 4th down. Sussex Central is going to be forced to punt. And back deep, number 13, that's Makai Jackson. And number 11, Devin DeMoe.
Back deep for Smyrna.
4th
number
and
11, Devin DeMoe,
call it 11
13,
from their own
Jackson.
28-yard line.
Giving this guy a lot of credit for his foot.
Yeah, Kasim Lewis, if he does it like he does everything else, it'll be, there goes
Yeah.
big high punt.
Very well-deserved
It's going
credit.
to be taken about the 36-yard line by Brow, and he's going to be wrapped up by a bunch of Knights, and it's going to bring up 1st and 10. And a little skirmish there off to the end of play. It's,
all right.
Speaking of wrestlers, that's Javon Saffold of Sussex Central, and 22, Mason Wilson. So a couple of wrestlers getting a little takedown drill in there at the end.
Nothing
wrong with that. That's right. 1st and 10 for Smyrna at their own 38-yard line. And spread trips to the right side, slot to the left. So they're going empty backfield.
Yeah, wow. Empty backfield, Smyrna in a 4-man front here. Lewis on the right end.
Sanchez in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Quick look and into the ground. Incomplete. And it looked like there had been a miscommunication there.
Yeah. Looked like the defense was going to give him a little arrow route there. And, you got Kasim Lewis coming off the edge there. He took an inside stunt that time.
2nd and 10 for the Eagles.
2nd and 10, Smyrna 38.
And they're going to stay in that empty backfield formation. Sanchez takes a snap. Quick after Mekhi Jackson. Makes a move. Tripped up by number 8. Javon Saffold. Pickup of about 8 on the play. 3rd and 2. And we said we thought we might have to do play between the numbers and the sideline.
Yeah, and, Sussex Central, they're not really leaving them much option but to play man.
Pickup of 8, 3rd down.
Same formation.
Safety, they got man underneath with 1 safety over the top.
And that's number 7, Dominique Smith. Sanchez looks back, throws to Mekhi Jackson, picks it up, and hit right away, but has enough for the first down. Saffold on the tackle. And that's something we might want to look at. If Debo Williams is making a lot of tackles and Saffold is making a lot of tackles, Sussex Central may be in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
1st and 10 at midfield, right at the 50 for the Eagles. Sanchez in the shotgun, takes the snap, looks to his right, steps up, and throws out to Mekhi Jackson. He's got some running room, cuts it back inside, makes the guy miss, and then hit and knocked. Another going to say he stayed inbounds, but it is a first down. Tackle on the play, number 45.
Frisbee, nice hit by Frisbee.
Terrence Frisbee.
And Smyrna's not doing anything that should be shocking to anybody. Nice job by the quarterback stepping up in the pocket there. Really good pressure by Central all in all.
1st and 10 inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. And they're going to stay in the same empty backfield set. Sanchez looks to the right this time, has number 11, Devin DeMoe, and he's going to pick up about 6 or 7 on the play.
Smyrna's line doing a nice job. Sussex Central is bringing 4 every time. Smyrna's got 5 to block it. Their Central's using 54. Alton Dennis there almost as a spy on the quarterback.
2nd and a long 2 for the Smyrna Eagles. Sanchez in the shotgun, empty backfield. And looking to the sideline. And we're going to change the play maybe.
Knight closest to him down here. There he goes.
He's going to drop back like a bubble. And he's under pressure and there's a flag. It looks like Kasim Lewis just throws him to the turf.
Yeah. That's going to be a hold
and a sack. That's going to be a hold, yeah.
Tackle on the play by number 9, Kasim Lewis.
So sack by Lewis. And we talked about him in the pregame. Kid's a monster.
Kid is a monster. And I don't really know what you need to tell him in that position except go get him.
Yeah. So Sussex Central declines. Sussex Central. It's a hold, penalty decline, loss of 1 on the play.
Be about should be 3rd down on the box there, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
No, that was a first down play.
Okay.
No, you're right. It was a 2nd down play. So
there we go.
So there it is, 3rd down. You're right, Dave. This time they go trips, and looks like Sussex Central is going to jump into the neutral zone.
Got 5 back there.
That's right. Got about half of it back. Offside, Sussex Central is going to bring up a 3rd and about 4.
And realistically, Smyrna's in 4 down territory here.
I'm sure they even have a punter.
Yeah. Certainly on this side of the 50.
3rd and 6 for Smyrna. And Sanchez drops back under a little bit of pressure, gets it out to Knight. And Knight's going to get hit at about the 25. That's not going to be enough for the first down. He's going to get driven out of bounds.
That's a completion by number 12.
Going to be out of bounds about to 25.
Sanchez throwing a nice ball tonight. Again, he was under some pressure there with 4 coming on 5. Kasim Lewis is
both ends were coming off the edge.
creating havoc out there.
So 4th and 2. And they bring in this time they bring in number 20, Nick Richardson. So we might be seeing first appearance of the Earthquake tonight.
I do believe so. Almost like a single wing look.
You're right, yeah. And the Knights bring in the heat. Richardson's going to roll out to the right. He's got some room to run and going to get the first down inside the 20. And that's going to take us into the Lashers red zone for the first time tonight. Lashers Barbecue bringing you the red zone. So
they came out with some misdirection out of that right away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Central came up the middle with the blitz. And, Sanchez gets the read.
1st and 10.
And picks up the first down. Excuse me, Richardson on that. 1st and 10. Pistol look here by Smyrna. Handoff to Knight, and he's hit initially in the backfield by Lewis, but he's going to pick up about 2 on the play.
Number 25.
Maybe 3. He's going to bring up a second down.
And you look back when Nolan Henderson was here and Will Knight, they'd spread you out.
Yes, they did.
Knight was deadly out of that formation.
I got to see a little bit of that again last weekend up at the University of Delaware. There's 2 playing on the field at the same time.
2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 for Smyrna. Pistol formation with Knight in the deep spot. Trips to the left, wide to the right. And going to the read option look, and he's able to lose Kasim Lewis and get it down to about the 12-yard line. He's short of a first down.
That's one thing that you want to try to do against Kasim Lewis because he's an aggressive player. Right. See if you can get him caught in a misdirection chasing somebody and hope you're fast enough to get away from him.
Right, 3rd and 2. Trips to the short side of the field.
Got him again.
And Sussex Central jumps again. So, Sussex Central, they want to pin the earbacks. That's how they play. They want to pin those earbacks and come after that quarterback. But twice now they've caught him on the hard count. That's going to bring up a first down. And they might have to get Lewis to play a little more contained. Twice now he's been in that backfield and is able to get his hands on somebody, but just not enough to bring him down.
Yeah, and they do move him around, Mm-hmm. I mean, he can certainly play inside if they need him to.
1st and goal for Smyrna at the 5.
Trips up top, split receiver down here, Knight in the backfield.
And it's going to be Knight left side. He's hit by Lewis. Actually, Frisbee may have moved him forward a little bit.
Indeed.
Carry on a tough run by number 25, Wayne Knight. Tackle on play by number 9 again.
Going to bring up a 2nd and goal for Smyrna.
Smyrna hand signals from the coaches look like the band conductor.
One guy's flying, one guy,
The band might play the national anthem again if they keep it up.
Ball at the 3, 2nd and goal at the 3. And they had him in the backfield, but he breaks loose. Touchdown for Smyrna. They go up 6-0.
Smyrna came out with a purpose on their first offensive drive.
That's Wayne Knight on the carry.
Saw a lot of different things. We saw the earthquake. We saw him spread out with no backs. We saw him in the one back.
So the Smyrna Eagles strike first. They go up 6-0. Last year, we did this game last year, Dad. I think you did it with me. And Central had an answer for that offense last year. This drive, they didn't.
No, they didn't. And Smyrna last year was really committed to that earthquake package. And, one thing I recall Central doing last year was not getting in their defense early.
Right.
And not allowing Smyrna to check out of place.
Yeah, and tonight they've been set. Folks, that score at the end of, with 5:27 to play in the first quarter, the Smyrna Eagles 6, Sussex Central 0. We'll be right back with some more of opening night action in the Henlopen Conference Northern Division.
At Capstone Homes, we believe your new home should be designed and inspired by you. Our comprehensive new home experience will give you peace of mind. We have in-house design and drafting, selection centers, and model homes throughout Sussex County so you can experience different layouts. And a terrific team that takes an amazing amount of pride in each and every home we build.
Create your new home. Create a Capstone home.
So we're back here in Smyrna with the Smyrna holding a 6-0 lead, first score of the game. Missing the two-point conversion, as you know, a lot of times they go on two almost all the time. We'll see if that comes out later in the game because Sussex Central has a kicker.
Yes, they do.
Here we go. Smyrna on to kick it off. Williams and Shepard Parker back. Both those two can cover ground.
Sussex Central's seen something on film about where they like to kick it. They've got two guys
Yeah.
up here on the 40 on their right side.
Back to receive the kickoff for Sussex Central.
And
Number
everybody
2,
up front's got
Williams.
hands.
That's right. There's hardly any numbers over 49 out there.
23, Ryan McFarland.
And they kick it on the ground. It's going to be picked up at about the 34-yard line. Got skinny, got up there to about the 43, where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. And that was number 12 on the carry, Sean McGee.
Nice job by him.
Yes, it was. Younger brother of the Barnes twins. So 1st and 10 for Sussex Central, this time at their own 43-yard line. Negative yardage is on the last drive, so see if Coach John Wells dials up here in this next series.
Yeah, I mean, Smyrna's in an odd front. They definitely have those guys in a gap there.
And he's going to drop back to pass is Glandon. He's got a man open in the middle of. Oh, he's tripped up, and there's the flag. Pass interference. And I think that may have been more by the hand on the shoulder than the trip.
Arguably incidental there, but clearly out on an island.
Yeah, it looks like he kind of reached out.
Yeah.
And I think the hand cost more than the foot there.
Official had to call that.
Right.
Good news in high school.
It's only
If you're
15
the
yards.
defense, It's only 15
right.
yards. Get you a first down.
Pass interference on Smyrna.
That's going to be 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. And Glandon showed us he has a little bit of an arm here.
He has great arm, and Wells showed us he will throw it.
On first down.
Yeah.
42.
1st and 10 for the Golden Knights at the Smyrna 42-yard line. Shaheem Williams goes in motion. It's going to be the second back through, and that's going to be, looks like number 12, McGee, or is that 18? These yellow numbers are tough.
Yes, they are. Say that's 18.
That's 18, Philip Stratton. He's their leading rusher.
And that's their lead play.
Right.
Two motion, and that's some of their bread and butter stuff.
Picks up 3 on the carry. Brings up a 2nd and 7 inside the 40, sitting at the Smyrna 39-yard line.
Second down.
Landon under center, wing T formation. There's the counter
crisscross.
crisscross. And that's Williams, number 2. He's going to be close to a first down. Going to be just short. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 1.
Very well executed there. Very well executed.
Mason Williams.
It looked like they wanted to pull it.
Yeah.
3rd and short.
Nice job by the wing back there. He delayed himself a little bit and got his shoulders in that hole.
3rd and long run. There's a little misdirection. Ball's on the carpet. And they're going to say Sussex Central football. A little bit of confusion in the background, and then Glandon just tried to kind of hot potato to him.
Yeah, just put it on his hip.
Yep.
And he had some pressure too. I mean, there's no question about that.
He's going to take the ball back to the 40 and bring up a 2nd and 8. Loss of 7 on the play.
We're 4th and 8.
Excuse me, you're great. 4th and 8. And John Wells going to go for it on 4th and 8 at the Smyrna 40. I think down 6, you really don't want to give Smyrna the ball back.
No. And you wonder if he tries to draw a count here
Right.
and then see if he can get it better. No.
Straight
Going
drop
with a
back.
screen. Oh.
Under pressure and sacked by number 1, Debo Williams.
And Smyrna saw that play on tape.
That's right.
They were ready for that. That screen was covered.
And that sack's going to take it back into Sussex Central territory. Folks, we have a couple of scores for you here on the Barclay Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. St. Andrews, 4 o'clock kickoff. They beat Seaford 40-0. And Sussex Central, they lead Milford 7-0 in the first quarter.
Cape Henlopen.
Cape Henlopen. I'm sorry. Cape Henlopen leads Milford. Aiden Sanchez drops back, tipped, and hits the ground. Like Chase Boyle was right there as the ball hits the ground.
2nd and 10 from the 50.
And they're dropping 3 back here.
Yeah.
Brings up 2nd and 10. That ball floated a little high. Came out maybe like a 3/4 sidearm throw from Sanchez.
Smyrna coming out again with an empty set here. 3 down here, close to us, and 2 up top. Central in man with a safety over the top.
2nd and 10 from the 50. And looks over, man. That Saffold steps in front of it. He jumps the route, picks up the interception, and looking for some running room about his own 40. Takes it out to his 41. That's the 2nd interception on the season by Javon Saffold. He just jumped that route.
He did. He just jumped that route. Great athletic play. Great athletic play.
1st and 10, Sussex Central.
So interception by Javon Saffold, and I don't know if he read the quarterback's eyes watching film what there, but he was right there and just took that step right in front.
And he can make that. He can take a little bit of a gamble there with the safety help over top.
Right. That's going to be 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights at their own 41-yard line.
Ball on the 41.
Landon under center. And it's going to be Stratton, 2nd guy through. Or maybe that was Williams.
Looked like Williams.
Yeah, it was Williams. 2nd guy through, picks up, looks like about 2 yards, brings up a 2nd and 8. Smyrna's just flying to the ball.
Smyrna number 9,
yes, indeed.
SP Hart, and number 15, Robert Wiley.
Harp and Wilson in there they're doing a nice job.
Talk about Red Harp. 2-time 220-pound state champion at Dover, transfers to Smyrna this year and playing a little football for the first time.
Yeah. And he's certainly athletic enough to do a ton
Speed
of
sweep.
damage.
And it's going to be brought down to the ground by Mason Wilson. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 8.
No gain on the play. Also, just a nice job in there by Robert Willie.
Number 22,
15
Mason Wilson.
Came in and took on those initial blockers and forced it up inside where he had help.
Bring up 3rd and 8 for the Golden Knights at their own 48-yard line. Correction, 44-yard line. Be glad. I think it's in 2024 the new rule comes in where the numbers have to be clear and contrasting because these are hurting.
They are hurting. Cape's got the same issue with the white and the yellow on some of their uniforms.
And Williams going to drop back. Glandon. And he's got nobody open. Overthrows his receiver. And he's going to bring up a 4th and 8.
Down.
So we've seen Sussex Central throw the ball about 4 times in the first quarter here tonight.
I think we look at their stats. That might be about what they've thrown this season.
They've 15 total passes coming into tonight.
Right.
Back to return.
So one of the things we talked about was can Smyrna put him in an uncomfortable position. So 4th down, Kasim Lewis comes on to punt. And 2 deep back around the 25-yard line. High snap, but he's able to bring it down. He gets a high kick. It's going to be taken at about the 22-yard line on the run.
Nice
it's going to be tripped up. That's Saffold. I can just tell by his build. So Mekhi Jackson returns it out to about the 30, call it 3-yard line.
I'll tell you, he doesn't make that tackle, and he's going for another 20 at least.
He caught that ball on the run.
Yes, he did. Excellent tackle.
1st and 10 for the Smyrna Eagles at their own 33-yard line. They lead 6-0 with 1:31 to go here in the first quarter.
One back set. Trips closest to us, split at the top.
In that little pistol formation. And Sanchez is going to run it off the left side. Lots of room. Has the first down. Ooh. Almost may have fumbled it.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He's going to call him down. The sound of that whistle sounds like he's going to – they're talking.
They're going to talk about it. It looked like he had his hands out with the ball.
I think he was down, but I don't think the officials are going to make that call. Yep, they did. I thought he was down.
They're going to say he was down. So 1st down for the Eagles.
1st down and 10, Smyrna on the 50-yard line.
He had the ball out in front, and it looked like he was maybe bobbling it, but
yep.
And then there was a bunch of Central jerseys came in. So 1st and 10 at the 50 for the Eagles. Read option and about a yard for Wayne Knight.
Play, number 25, Wayne Knight.
Tackled by, looks like 18.
Tackled on the play by number 13,
Terrell Whitkey.
Sanchez showing that he's got some wheels.
Yeah, he does. He had a lot of green off that left side, and he just turned it up and turned it on. 2nd and 9 in Sussex Central territory. And staying with that same pistol formation with trips to the near side of the field. Sanchez takes a snap, looks to the outside, has a man open and connects and goes out of bounds for another first down.
Complete pass for a first down.
That may have been 13, Makai Jackson.
Sanchez.
Devin Smith, number 2.
Number 2, Devin Smith.
First and
That's
10.
another first down for
Nice
the Eagles.
ball, really nice ball.
And they're playing right where we talked about, between the numbers and the out of bounds. Spreading the Sussex Central defense out. 1st and 10 inside the 40. Read option. Knight takes a hit in the backfield, and then he's smothered by a whole host of Golden Knights.
25, Wayne Knight.
You know who I don't see on the field right now is Lewis.
Terrell
Kasim Lewis.
I do not see him either.
And they're going to let the clock run out. And folks, we're going to take a timeout. Your score at the end of the first quarter, Smyrna 6, Sussex Central 0. We'll be right back with second quarter action here on 302 Sports and the Henlopen Conference Friday night game of the week.
Congratulations, Dover Federal, on 60 years in business in Delaware. You've been by our side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is today.
As a military family, thank you for supporting the financial needs of servicemen and their loved ones.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Congratulations.
And welcome back to Smyrna. Your score 6-0. The number 10 Smyrna Eagles take an early lead on the number 1 ranked Sussex Central Golden Knights. And Central's going to have to make some adjustments here, Dave.
Yeah, and I think what their adjustment is going to be is block the people in front of you and let's run the ball like we know we want to.
That's absolutely. Going to switch ends and Smyrna will take over. It'll be 2nd and 9 at the Sussex Central 37.
Give a lot of credit to Smyrna's front line there.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're young. That's a young front line playing against an experienced defensive line. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Same formation. Trips to the far side.
Lewis still not in the game.
No, I don't see him. And read option. He's going to pull it and throw the bubble screen. And that's number 11, Devon DeMo. And it looks like the referee's going to give him about 2 on the play as he marks up. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
Again, another nice ball by Sanchez. He gets it out there in a hurry.
Sussex Central doing some swinging and missing on defense. I mean, they've had guys there reaching out with one arm and just not been able to bring down these Smyrna runners.
Yeah, and they've changed their defense up a little bit. They brought 7 out of the free safety position and changed him with somebody whose number from here I cannot read. That
3 is that Toppin, number 3, Javon Toppin.
3rd down.
3rd and call it 7 for Smyrna. Deep motion. That's going to give us the I formation here in the shotgun. Sanchez rolls right, looks back to his left, has a man wide open, catches it at about the 20, and going to be taken down at about the 18-yard line. It's going to bring him back in the red zone. 1st and 10. Smyrna.
There's a 3rd down play that's somewhere on Mike Judy's play sheet, and probably something that Sussex Central hasn't seen on film.
That's right. That puts us in the Lasher's Barbecue red zone. 1st and 10 for the Smyrna Eagles. Ball in about the 28-yard line. Trips to the right side. It's going to be a quick pass out to Knight. And he's going to throw a double pass. Man, wide open in the end zone. Touchdown for Smyrna. 12-0 Smyrna Eagles.
That was perfectly executed to look like
a run.
It looked like a run, then it looked like a poor pass to Knight.
Right.
And then Knight threw it right before he got tackled.
I mean, he was so wide open, he could have called a fair catch.
Yeah.
I mean, he was wide open in the end zone.
Yeah.
It's 12-0 Smyrna Eagles, and they're going to go 4-2 as they normally do. Looks like Central might be missing a player. And
they're going to get a timeout. Central a little bit out of sorts.
Timeout, Sussex Central. We're going to take one with them, Dave. With 10:34 to play here in the second quarter, Smyrna 12, Sussex Central 0.
Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 home buyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time home buyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today.
And welcome back to Smyrna here on 302 Sports. Benny Mitchell with Dave Frederick. In your Henlopen Conference Friday night game of the week, Smyrna set for the two-point conversion. They had to, Sussex Central had to burn a timeout as just couldn't. It looked like they were waving for somebody to come on the field. And they're going to, Smyrna come out in the earthquake formation. And it's going to be Nick Richardson in at quarterback.
And they got somebody split out wide. Earthquake split.
That's it.
There's a new wrinkle with motion out of it.
And a flag.
And a little bit of movement. Smyrna gives you so much to get ready for.
Yes, they do.
And you've got to take a look at all of it. And everything that you do get ready for, they've got something you haven't seen.
So it looks like a formation 4 against Smyrna.
Here comes the light infantry.
It's going to be Sanchez back in at quarterback.
Look at the substitutions you got to have to go with on defense. That's a lot to get ready for in high school football.
And pass to the back corner. And there's going to be a pass interference. Probably a face guarding because
going to go half the distance here, and
they'll probably stay in the same formation. It's going to put them out about the 5-yard line. Pass interference on Sussex Central.
Pass interference on Sussex Central.
So this is going to be a long extra point here. We've had a timeout, we've had a penalty, now another penalty. That's going to put the ball back down around the 4.
And Smyrna, right now doing what they like to do, which is keeping pressure on people.
Right. So back to their regular offense formation we've been seeing all night on this extra point. We've seen 3 different formations so far on this extra point. Sanchez drops back, looks to the right, has a man, breaks open, but incomplete. And second miss extra point. We'll see what that does later in the game, folks. 12-0 with 10:34 to play here in the first half. And we'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvements' pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality work.
And welcome back to Smyrna here on 302 Sports. 12-0, Smyrna leads, number 10 in the state. Right now, shocking number 1 in the state. Like we said, the past 4 state championships have come through one of these 2 teams. And ball's on the ground, high bounce, and there's going to be a penalty play procedure on Smyrna. Two categories, looking at coming in, Dave, and one was turnovers and one was penalties, and they're both pretty even right now.
Yeah, both pretty even, and
Smyrna
finds themselves in an unusual position of being an underdog.
Right.
Beat the kickoff.
They haven't been an underdog since week 3 of last year.
Right.
So number 23 tees it up again, Ryan McFarlane. Central 2 guys back, all the way back to inside the 15. He's going to roll inside the 20. He's going to be picked up just inside the 20.
Look
15.
out.
Got some running room, cuts it back towards the middle, and he's going to take it out to about, call it the 436-yard line where Sussex Central take over. 1st and 10, that's Shaheem Williams. He broke one last year in the state championship game.
He was pinned there. That was a great kick. And
1st and 10, Sussex Central.
He was hemmed in on the sidelines there and almost took it to the house.
Broke it back. 1st and 10, Sussex Central. They trail 12-0. And just offensively, really not being able to get much going. Double wing look, 2 tight ends. So it looks like that's what you said, Dave. Go back to what you do well.
Yeah, might be looking at guard trap here.
And it's going to be sweep to the right side. He's wrapped up in the backfield, and just a whole ton of Eagles there. And it's going to bring him a 2nd and long.
And those are defensive linemen putting that pressure on.
Mm-hmm.
Tackle on play for a loss by number 5, Eric Larson. 2nd down.
So we're going to bring up a 2nd and call it 15.
You got guys like Mason Wilson, Hugo Hart playing on one side of the ball, asking them to do stuff they're used to doing, which is locking up with people and getting leverage.
put them on the ground.
Yeah.
Knights break the huddle, 2nd and 15. Motion again by the Knights, same play. And a little bit of running room this time. He gets the 5 yards back, brings up a 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10, which is not a down and distance Sussex Central wants to be in.
No.
Sweep play to the right, tackled by number 66.
Yeah, last year that play was going for a touchdown just about every time we saw it with Shepard Parker. 3rd and 10 for the Golden Knights at their own 36-yard line. I believe they only have, 1 first down and 1 by penalty. It's going to be up the middle trap. Oh, big hit by Debo Williams. That's going to bring up a 4th down gain of, call it 2. Brings up 4th and 8.
Tackled on a play by number 1.
Williams has everything covered between the ends right now.
He really does, and he's getting a lot of help up front tonight.
4th and 8. And there's Williams back on the field. Excuse me, Kasim Lewis back on the field to punt. We haven't seen him for a while. Knights punting out of a tight formation. Low snap, gets it up, and a high floater.
Well, he's got a foot.
Going to bounce inside the 30, into 25. And it's going to roll right around
flag
the
here somewhere.
20-yard line.
Maybe a little extracurricular activity outside.
The 20-yard line.
Flag down outside the 30.
Flag down.
They're showing push in the back. On the receiving team, but they never got the ball.
Seems a little bit of an unnecessary call.
Yeah, nobody there was no return, on the far side of the field. Oh, well.
What do I know?
8:07 to play when Smyrna will start 1st and 10. And it's going to go all the way back to the 10-yard line. So here we go, 1st and 10 for Smyrna at their own 10. And Kasim Lewis back on the inside there now.
Yeah, not a bad move. Why not? I would move him around too. And he, barely got his hand on the ground.
Yeah. Sanchez takes a snap, looking down the middle, under pressure, lets it go, and has a man open, but broken up. That was number 12, McGee, and number 7, Dominique Smith on the breakup. He had it in his hands.
Yeah, that was a great effort by him to initially secure that ball.
Yeah, it's number 19, Zianthony Carson Jr. Yeah, he went up, got the ball, and then one went high, one went low.
Yeah.
And we're going to have an injury timeout.
And there's Smyrna pinned against their own end zone, and they come out throwing deep.
Right. And he's going to walk off under his own power, get a drink of water, and ready to play football. 2nd and 10 from their own 10.
He probably won't get away from the trainers that easily.
No.
They're going to follow him for a few minutes.
Let's see what's going on. He took a hit.
Yes, he did.
It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they came to find him. He went down there and tried to hide by the 30, but they found him.
Come on back here to the medical tent, my man. 2nd and 10 for Smyrna. It looks like they're going to go double slot.
Zero backs.
Yeah, okay. There's Knight sneaking down the left side. Looks like Smyrna might be changing the play.
%90 of those signals mean nothing.
Right. Looks for a quick throw. Oh, broken up.
There's Saffold.
Saffold again. Couple tackles, an interception, couple pass breakups.
And a lot of swagger.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Absolutely, 3rd and 10. Right now, defensively, Saffold and Williams putting on a show.
Yeah, no question. He's a gamer. Kasim Lewis playing nose guard in a 2-point stance.
3rd down and 10 for the Smyrna Eagles. And there's Central not showing their defense like they did last year. And quick pass out, a little bubble screen, picks it up low, has some running room, but going to be taken down again by Saffold.
Smyrna doing a nice job on the offensive line of communicating up front and picking up Lewis. He's been doubled the last 2 times he's gone there.
Number 15, Jeremiah Wilson, and number 8, Javon Saffold.
Brings up a 4th and 3, and they're going to go for it.
So I'm figuring they try to draw him off sides here.
Right.
And then take a timeout.
Run some time off
who knows?
Cox, 7-14 and running. Smyrna showing that they might be changing the play. Sanchez going to roll right and going to kick it away. A little rugby-style kick. And it's going to bounce inside the 50 and go out of bounds at the Sussex Central 49.
Sanchez looks like he's got a little cramp going on in his calf or something.
They will take over 1st and 10.
A lot of poise there by Sanchez.
Yeah, he had a guy on him.
Was breathing down his neck, and a nice job by that lineman not holding Kasim Lewis there, because I'd have been tempted to if he was that close to my quarterback.
Update score out of Milford. Cape Henlopen 21, Milford 0. Cape Henlopen 0-2 this season, and they're getting off to a fast start in this one.
They need it.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, that's a good start for them. Hopefully, I work there, and I'm hoping they keep that up.
1st and 10 for the Golden Knights at their own 49-yard line. Ready to play, whistle goes. And going to drop back is Glandon and has a man under coverage. He had a little guy under him and a guy over him. And somehow he kind of got it in there just off his fingertips.
Nice ball.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Nice ball, and I do not recall seeing a Sussex Central team
throw this much
in one game on 1st down.
Right. 2nd and 10 at their own 49. 2nd and 10. Wing T formation for the Golden Knights. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle, second back through, and Smyrna pushing it back. Maybe a gain of a yard on that play.
Yeah, they had it initially blocked. They had hats on hats there, but the linebackers at Scrape just shut that down.
That was 18 on the carry.
And again,
Stratton.
There's Mason Wilson sitting there.
Right. Brings up a 3rd and 9.
Not sure what he's weighing now, but he looks to be
220.
Yeah, I was going to say.
6'2", 220.
He's every bit of 200 pounds. And athletic.
Yes, he is. The youngest of the Wilson brothers. A senior here at Smyrna. And Glennon dropping back again. Williams on his tail, and he's got to throw it away.
Oh.
And a late flag.
There we go. Williams a little excited there.
Yeah.
It's going to give him a first down.
Hugo Harp was down on the ground also. I'm not sure if he got a piece of him, but Williams definitely got him from behind. Personal foul, roughing the passer, and that's going to be a first down for the Golden Knights.
Interesting technique by Harp there. He did not try to get up the field. He locked up with his guy and immediately sprinted toward the sidelines, anticipating that action.
With the penalty, that'll be a first down, 1st and 10, Sussex Central.
So that moves the ball down to the 35-yard line of Smyrna. So the Knights in Smyrna territory, I think for the second time tonight. 1st and 10. 6:03 to play here in the first half. Knights come out double wing, double tight.
They went sweep out of this last time.
And that's what they do again. Cuts it up this time, but steps out of one tackle, then wrapped up. Gain of 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And really, Sussex Central will take that.
Right.
They can start to execute and soften them up a little bit. They will take that.
They're also running that to the short side of the field. Usually when we see the breakaway, it's when it's on the wide side. 3rd and 7, or correction, 2nd and 7 for the Golden Knights. Hand off to Stratton, pushes ahead, gets it inside to 30. Gain of, looks like about maybe 4 on the play. 3rd and 3.
Tackle on the play by number 22, Mason Wilson.
.7:30 kickoff down in Laurel, so we should be getting some Carabao Laurel updates here soon. 3rd and 4. Knights break the huddle. Wing T formation, double tight. And it's going to be Stratton, and he's going to be hit at behind the line. Loss of 1 on play, bring up 4th and 5. Under 5 minutes to play here in the half. 12-0 Smyrna.
Got to go for it here.
Yeah, you're down 12, and you don't. I believe Smyrna gets the ball to start the second half.
That brings up 4th down and 5.
So they've tried their screen.
Right.
Central was kind of on that. I mean, Smyrna sort of sniffed that out. I've not seen counter pass yet.
No.
Central looks a little confused.
All right. We're going to go slot to the far short side of the field. Landon drops back. Under pressure. Throws incomplete. Turnover on downs.
He had him.
He did.
A little bit underthrown. Yeah. A little bit underthrown.
Smyrna's ball, 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line.
Some scores on the Barclay Heating there out of town scoreboard. Queen Anne's and Delmar knotted up at 14. Cape and Henlopen with a 21-0 lead over Milford. Caravel 7, Laurel 0. And the one final we have, St. Andrews drops Seaford 40-0. That's your Barclay Heating and Air out of town scoreboard. Here we go, 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
That's 21-0 in the first quarter.
First quarter, yeah. Sanchez drops back. Quick pass out to number 13. And it's going to be run out of bounds. That's Jackson on the catch.
Number 13, Makai Jackson. Pick up a 4 out of bounds.
Some upstate games of interest. Archmere 18-8 on Tatnall, and DMA 14-0 over Red Line. A few upstate games. A lot of the Henlopen Conference is playing Saturday. Lake Forest up at Newark tomorrow. Sussex Tech at William Penn. Pistol formation for the Eagles. And it's going to be Knight. Looks left side and nowhere to go. He's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. That time it looked like he had an opening on the right side.
Kasim
Lewis didn't let him get there.
Nuh-uh. He ain't going back. 3rd and 5 for the Smyrna Eagles. Pistol formation. Split to the short side. Slot to the wide side. Sanchez throws it out to Jackson. Makes a move. Ooh. Stiff arm. And he's going to have enough for the first down. He put a stiff arm on 15, Jeremiah Wilson, and just knocked him to the ground.
Yes, he did. And then he skated along the sidelines and got out of bounds.
1st and 10 for Smyrna.
Good work by number 13 there. And really, a simple pass.
Yeah.
Pass was about 4 yards.
Ball at the 43 of Smyrna.
Lewis again lining up inside in a 2-point stance.
Sanchez drops back, looks right, has a man open. That's number 2, Smith. And he's going to catch, get out of bounds. Enough for the first down. Tackle made by 15, Jeremiah Wilson. So, again, just playing the edges and making Sussex Central try to cover it.
First down.
Taking what they give them.
That's right. Ball at the Sussex Central 45. 1st and 10, Smyrna.
And they're very patient, and they're conserving their time by getting out of bounds.
Well, this young offensive line is giving him some time. Only sacked once so far tonight. And a read option, he throws it out. And there's going to be a flag on the play. Probably holding.
It's either.
Pass play for number 12, Aiden Sanchez. Number 14,
yes, hold on Smyrna.
I did not see it.
Nah, I didn't either. I didn't even see anybody out there. It's going to be a 10-yard mark off. And repeat first down. Ball now at their own 49-yard line.
That's when you ask for a number as a coach.
That's right. 1st and 16. Looks like Smyrna's going to show the empty backfield again on 1st and 16 at midfield.
They got 13 in the middle of trips closest to us.
Sanchez short drop, has a man open. That's number 11, DeMo. And it's going to be thrown out of bounds by Saffold. Complete pass, gain of about, call it 7 on the play. 2nd and 9.
Called him inbounds there.
Oh, inbounds.
Javon Saffold. 2nd and 9 on 44.
Back to the pistol. Trips to the short side of the field.
They got, see if they run the fade over here to 13.
It's going to be a quick out. And runs back into traffic and maybe a yard on the play. And we're down under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. 3rd and 8 for the Eagles.
Number 2, Devin Smith. Pick up a 1.
Milford gets on the board, 21-6. And, we talked about the Sally's Appo game was going to tell us a little bit about Division I. Slays Annam 10, Appoquinimnik 0.
There you go.
Trips to the near side of the field, pistol formation. Clock running 3rd and 8 for the Eagles. And that's Knight. Oh, hit after a gain of about 2.
Tag on the play by number 9, Kasim Lewis.
Approaching a minute to play, and we're going to get a timeout.
4th down, Smyrna gets a timeout.
And we're going to stay right here with it. And let's talk a little bit about that Milford-Cape game. That was a game I thought that Cape would have to keep the score down to win. They're getting the score up.
Cape's got some skilled people. They're young. Cape really, I think, if you combine juniors and seniors, are probably around 10 kids. They've got some good, young, skilled people. Quarterback there, Hank D'Ambrosio, good athlete, just started playing football last year, and the kid's got some confidence and he's got some athleticism. And
I think I read somewhere they had one returning defensive starter, and he got hurt.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and they had JoJo Kirby, who they were counting on
Moved
both
to
sides
Virginia,
of the
right.
ball, moved to Virginia.
So 4th and 5 for the Eagles when we come off this timeout. And Mike Judy having a conversation with the officials.
Yeah, I think he's wondering how he got a holding call out there. I think if I were him, I'd still be asking about that too.
Who was that?
Yeah.
Minute 7 to play in the half. And I imagine when Dave Marvel comes back in with the stats, I think they're going to be a little lopsided here.
I think they are going to be very lopsided.
12-0, Smyrna leads, minute 7 to go in the half.
Minute 7 left. We have 4th down and 6.
And going to go double slots with Knight in the backfield. A little bit of confusion here with the two guys on our side. Sanchez in the pistol. Sanchez, quick drop, throws to the right side, and I believe he caught it.
Incomplete pass.
It's going to be incomplete.
Sussex Central will
So Sussex Central take over downs with a minute 2 to go. And I believe they have 2 timeouts.
On the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Sussex Central's offense not really built for the 1-minute drill.
No. Although he has had a couple nice deep balls here.
Yes. And, situations like this, you don't want to give Smyrna the ball back.
Right.
But taking a deep shot, it's not a terrible gamble. You could get an interference call and move the ball that way, too.
1st and 10 at their own 40. Golden Knights trail by 12.
And the other question is, how deep in your playbook do you want to go here with a minute left in the half? And I'm guessing not very deep.
And Glenn going to drop back under pressure, and he's going to be sacked. Sacked by the Smyrna defense. And there's a whole ton of people in there. It looked like 22, Mason Wilson was the first guy to him.
Sack, number 22, Mason Wilson. Number 5, Eric Larson.
That's going to bring up a loss of 5, 2nd and 15. And that was just a 4-man rush.
Those two guys in there, Wilson and Harp, are getting – that's a lot to deal with in there in the double-A gap.
Hand off to 2, Shaheem Williams. He's got some running room, gets most of it back.
There was Harp.
6.
That was Harp coming from the backside tackle position.
Right.
Again, you're telling me this is the first year the kid's played
Never played football, yeah.
Kid locked up, shook his man, came down, fought down that line, and made that tackle with the kid maybe 3-yard gain.
It's like Sussex Central is just going to take it into the half, down 12.
Conclusion of the first half. Sussex Central.
So the score at the end of one half of play. Sussex Central trails the number 10 Smyrna Eagles 12-0. Folks, we're going to take a few commercial timeouts. Talk about Sodell and sports, and we'll be back with second half action here on Henlopen Conference Friday night game of the week on 302 Sports.
Camera of Sodell Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering company and a food truck right here on the Culinary Coast in southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On and Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade pasta. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our treetop deck has the best happy hour around. And Matt's Fish Camp, located on Route 1 in North Bethany Beach, your classic seafood shack. At Sodell, we believe in beautiful, simple food and making the world a better place. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Sodell Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering company and a food truck right here on the Culinary Coast in southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On and Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Sodell Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the Culinary Coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Sodell Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley. Cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Sodell Concepts on the Culinary Coast with 10 locations from Lowest, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out.
show, Sodell in Sport. We find in Sodell that we have tons of both student athletes and former student athletes that are part of our team. And we're just going to talk about a few people who work with us who are really involved in sports in our area and beyond. This is Molly. She works down at Northeast Seafood Kitchen. Tell us what you do there, Molly.
Hi, my name is Molly Chamberlain, and I work at Northeast Seafood Kitchen. I have been waiting tables for Sodell for 8 years now.
And mostly you work in the summer times now?
Yeah, so I work in the summertime for Sodell. During the year, I'm a physical education teacher at Selbyville Middle School is where I'll be this year. I've been at Millsboro Middle School the past 6 years, and this year I'll be transferring to Selbyville.
Okay. And Molly's going to tell us a little bit. She's very involved in sports, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her background in sports, when she started, all that kind of thing. What sports she's played.
Yeah, so I started playing soccer when I was 5 years old. I started out at River Soccer Club, which is in Frankfort, Delaware. I played for a travel team starting when I was 8 years old. I was actually on the first girls travel team at River Soccer Club. And I started playing field hockey when I was 9 years old. Started going to camps and clinics, and I played field hockey and soccer through high school. College, I went to University of Delaware, and I played club soccer there.
Okay, cool. And can you tell us how you feel like, being involved in sports and part of a team have helped you in your professional life, now that you're obviously a phys ed teacher, so you're still involved in athletics, but how has it helped you in other ways?
Yes, so playing in high school really made me realize that I just love sports. I love all sports, and that led me to want to be a physical education teacher today. Now, a girls travel soccer team out at River Soccer Club. I also coach field hockey at Indian River High School, and I will be the Selbyville Middle School soccer coach for the girls team. I do a lot of clinics for field hockey as well. I was more of a soccer player throughout my whole life, but as I've gotten older down in the Indian River School District area, there's really more of a need for field hockey coaches. We have a lot of soccer coaches. We don't have very many field hockey coaches, so I found myself doing a lot more with field hockey lately. But I mean, throughout the spring and the fall, I'm coaching 7 days a week. I think sports have taught me a lot about commitment. My parents always had a very strict rule. If you started a season or if you started something, you had to finish it. And I think that's kind of followed through with everything I've done. Like I said before, I'm going into my 8th year at Sodell, and really taught me a lot about commitment.
Right, that's really cool. And I mean, obviously to you, Molly, it's impressive that not only, did you commit yourself, but now you're helping the next generation of kids come up and be able to be involved like you were, and that's awesome. And like, is that part of your, because you're coaching 3 teams really during the school year, plus working in the off season at the restaurant. That's a lot of time and energy and commitment.
Yeah, it's something I really enjoy doing already. I really just enjoy very committed to the game. Enjoy being coached, and it's just something I really love doing every day.
That's wonderful. All right, thank you so much, Molly. Molly down at Northeast Seafood Kitchen, who's part of the IR team there also, and we're so grateful for you coming in and talking to us today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Crust and Craft in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located just south of the movies at Midway on Coastal Highway, Crust and Craft specializes in wood-fired pizza, homemade pasta, fresh salads, and unique appetizers. Crust and Craft also has an extensive beer list featuring local and award-winning craft beers. The culinary team prides itself on using fresh ingredients and serving beautiful dishes. Crust and Craft open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner on Coastal Highway in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. See you soon. Camera from Sodell Concepts. Hi, I'm Scott Camera from Sodell Concepts. Sodell Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the Culinary Coast. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Sodell Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley. Cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Sodell Concepts on the Culinary Coast with 11 locations. From Lowest, Delaware to Fenwick Island, come check us out. Scott Camera Concepts.
And I'm Lauren from Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware.
Come visit us at Catch 54 overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
At Catch 54, we are committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a beautiful setting overlooking the bay. We have great nightly specials throughout the second season and serve a great happy hour every day, all year.
Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Open 7 days a week year-round. Come check us out.
For our final performance of the evening, Bell will perform Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell's Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Enjoy the game and go Eagles!
And welcome back, folks. Benny Mitchell here with Dave Frederick on the Sodell Concepts halftime show. And Dave, we said before the break the stats would probably be lopsided. They're lopsided. Sussex Central, no yards. Actually, they're in the negative. 3 first downs. Smyrna, 148 yards of total offense, 119 in the air, 29 on the ground. But here's the stat I think really sticks out is the 10 first downs.
Yeah.
That's Sussex Central football, and Smyrna's playing it.
And through the air.
Right, yeah.
They're taking what Central's given them. And the first drive of the game was a real tempo setter. Central has sort of settled in a little bit defensively. The other play was the sort of trick play that was executed very well by Knight.
And those are our stats brought to us by Dave Marvel and Arena's Deli. Arena's Deli, all over the place, all over Sussex County. Even have one in Newark and one in Milford. So Arena's Deli brings us our halftime stats added up for us by Dave Marvel. Let's talk about some of the individual stats. Knight has a touchdown run. Early, that was second or first quarter, and then Jackson with the pass from Knight. So Knight having a game right now. He's run for one. He's thrown for one. For Sussex Central, Stratton has 6 carries and 13 yards. Jackson 6 catches, 62 yards, and Smith 4 for 29. Sanchez is 13 of 18 for 94 yards, and we're talking. We're talking Nolan Harrison type numbers there first half. He's slinging the ball around.
He has a nice ball. He's got good poise back there. In the way Smyrna is spreading them out in the zero back set, they're blocking with 5. Central's bringing 4.
Right.
And they're playing with the free safety over top. Central's maybe going to have to make a decision about whether or not they're going to play straight man and bring an extra guy and bring some pressure.
Right. Glandon 0 for 5. He's had some near misses. He's had some drops. So let's get to the Barclays out-of-town scoreboard. Barclays Heating and Air bringing us the out-of-town scoreboard. We're going to throw some upstate games in there too. Last we heard, Cape 21, Milford 6 in the first half. We saw Howard last week, and Brandywine's supposed to be a pretty decent team. Howard 44, Brandywine 0.
Right, and so Brandywine and Laurel played decent. Played a close game before Laurel and Howard played, and we saw Howard last week. Thought they were a little bit of sleepwalking through the first half there, and they ended up pulling away from Laurel pretty handily, 42-7. I think that ended.
Right.
Up.
Also around the conference, Caravel leads Laurel 14-0. No score on the AI Indian River game. No score on the Poly Caesar Rodney game. Some scores from around the state. DMA leads Red Lion 21-0. South Salesianum up 10-0 on Appoquinimink. McKean over Glasgow 20-6, and that's the last word. Last word was Archmere and Tatnall. So those are Barclay Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard, folks. We're going to be right back after this commercial timeout with more of the Sodell Concepts halftime show, and then second half between Sussex Central and Smyrna. Your score at the half: Smyrna 12, Sussex Central 0.
At Capstone Homes, we believe your new home should be designed and inspired by you. Our comprehensive new home experience will give you peace of mind. We have in-house design and drafting, selection centers, and model homes throughout Sussex County so you can experience different layouts. And a terrific team that takes an amazing amount of pride in each and every home we build. Create your new home. Create a Capstone home.
Dover Federal on 60 years in business in Delaware. You've been by our side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is today.
As a military family, thank you for supporting the financial needs of servicemen and their loved ones.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Congratulations.
And welcome back to 302 Sports. Benny Mitchell here with Dave Frederick, live from Smyrna High School in Smyrna, Delaware. Sussex Central has made their way back onto the field. And Dave, they've got to, you talked about, they've got to make some serious adjustments. They're trailing 12-0 to a team that can strike.
Yeah, and one of those adjustments might, they've got some people playing with some intensity. Smyrna's going to get the ball here. They need to stop them, and Sussex Central, they don't make any secrets about what they want to do.
Right.
They want to come off the ball. They're going to have to find an answer for those inside tackles, Harp and Wilson, because those two guys are really creating problems for them tonight.
Eagles making their way back onto the field. So Smyrna will receive the second half kickoff. We're having a little trouble with our scoreboard right now. And there it pops up. There we go. Sweat bead starts coming down when that stuff happens.
Yeah.
One thing 302 Sports has taught me to be, Dave, is a little more technological sound.
I'm in awe. There is a lot that goes on behind the scenes here, folks, and I have nothing to do with it.
So getting ready to start the third quarter. Sussex Central back on sideline. Smyrna getting their last warm-ups in. About a minute 30 to go before the half. Caravel now up 20-0 on Laurel. Halftime, Cape 21-6. Score doesn't change any. Still looking for some. Delmar was all knotted up with Queen Anne's. And that might be a game that, it could help them if they win. I don't know what happens if they lose.
It depends on how Queen Anne's finishes out in the Bayside,
right.
Because you still could get some bonus points for them if they're, if they finish 700. It's as good as a Division II win.
The guy we talked about last week, Javier White, just looking here, he just returns a kickoff 75 yards, and it's now 20-6, Caravel. That was a kid we thought was, a pretty good athlete that wasn't getting a lot of touches.
Yes. And young.
Yeah. He's sophomore, I think.
Yeah.
So, right now, you're Coach Wells. You're the number one team in the state. You're the defending champs. 14-game win streak, and you just can't get anything going. What are you telling your team?
He's going back to his basics. He has thrown the ball on first down here, which we
Twice.
have not seen,
Right.
Sussex Central do a lot. They're a talented team. They're playing a talented team. And, you got to earn stuff, and sometimes, you got to find out who you are.
Right.
Scoreboard, Smyrna set to receive.
I don't think they've got to find an answer for those inside tackles.
I think if you're Mike Judy, you say step on their throat right now here on this possession in the third quarter.
Yeah. And really, this is a good – right now, if you're Sanchez, you got to be feeling good about yourself.
You got to feel real good. Yeah, you're right.
Return for Smyrna. Number 14.
So back to return of Smyrna, number 14, Yamir Knight. And 2, Devin Smith kicking off for Sussex Central. Number 20 is Zymir Gardner.
Yamir Knight, a freshman.
Right. And it's going to be bobbled by Williams. Now he's going to let the deep back pick it up and run it out to about the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for Smyrna. Key possession, I think, of the game right now for Sussex Central.
Yeah. And Smyrna, I'm guessing, is going to keep them spread out and keep
doing
what they're doing.
Tackle on the play by number 50, Sussex Central.
Central's been able to slow them down at times, but, when you're up 2 touchdowns, slowing them down is not enough. You got to stop. So 1st and 10, and they come out in their empty backfield. Knight's going to switch sides. Now he comes back. A little confusion in the Smyrna offense. Sanchez takes the snap out of the shotgun, looks at the slant, caught by number 11, Devin DeMoe. He's going to pick up about 5 on the play, 2nd and 5.
And that's a running play in this offense.
Right. Well,
5-yard gain on first down, keep the clock moving.
They seem to be going with the theme we talked about, play between the numbers and the out of bounds.
Yep.
Make Central come get you. 2nd and 6. I'll call 2nd and 5. Sanchez with Knight in the backfield, read option, gives his Knight. He's hit right away, but spins out of it. Down outside the 40 to the 45 and the 50. Spins again. He's going to be taken down at the Sussex Central 49. Hit the old circle button.
It looks like another Knight.
Right. That's his brother.
Yeah, he looks a lot like him there on that move.
1st down for Smyrna, and they're going to go to the no-huddle offense. Right away, as soon as the chains get set, here come the Eagles.
And, Smyrna's made a commitment to youth, too.
Right. Sanchez read option, gives it to, he pulls it out, throws the pass flag on the play. They're going to lose about 2 on that.
Yeah, I think they're going to get called for a man downfield here.
Incomplete pass, flag on the play. Holding on Smyrna.
Going to be a hold. That's the big one.
It's part of an issue with a long developing play like that.
Yeah. That's a play that Henderson made money out of. You know, that looks like he's going to run and then will throw back to the guy standing out there with nobody around him.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like a flag football play. I mean,
right.
Really.
You're right.
That is you're asking your offensive lineman to do a heck of a lot right there, and you're asking your back to sell that run.
Ball will be on the Smyrna.
3rd and 22 for the Smyrna Eagles at their own 39-yard line.
Got trips and 2 guys in the backfield here. Motion out 4 to the top side here.
Gonna flood that top side. Fakes the handoff, throws out the bubble screen. That's to number 14, Yamir Knight. And he's going to get some of it back and get out about to the 44-yard line, gain of 5 on the play.
4th and 15 from the 44. I don't know what territory that is for Smyrna.
Right. 2nd down, and let's see where they're going to end up putting it.
Oh, 2nd down here.
Yeah, 2nd down. So that's going to be about a 2nd and 16. So little bites of the apple for the Smyrna Eagles.
I look for him to motion out of this somewhere. Nope.
Pulls out from Knight, hits his back out of the backfield, and he's going to take it out to about the 50. Tackle made by number 12, Sean McGee.
Good-looking freshman there, number 14.
Yeah, on the catch there, Yamir Knight, freshman. It's going to bring down 3rd and 11. And ball at the 50. And now we're going to go empty backfield.
Trips to the far side, doubles down here.
Knights really have not put much pressure on Sanchez tonight. Oh, he's got him wide open. That's number 11, Devin DeMoe. And he's going to take it down inside the 20 to about the 18. 1st down, and that's going to put us in the Lashers red zone.
The free safety's got to help to the 3, it's got to shade to the 3 receiver side and the wide side of the field there. The linebacker's got to be the help there. And he got up in the seam and
wide open.
Just a very quick delivery there by Sanchez.
1st and 10 at the 18 of Sussex Central. Smyrna back into the red zone for the 3rd time tonight, the Lasher Barbecue red zone. And it's going to be pulled out from Knight. Read option. He's under, wrapped up. Sacked by Kasim Lewis. And it's going to bring up a 2nd loss of about 3 on the play. Looks like maybe 4.
It's a good job by Lewis. Lewis is working on 55 over there. 55 did a nice job on him on the play before, just containing him, containing that bull rush by Lewis.
2nd and 14. Ball outside to about the 22-yard line.
Don't see a number for 55 for Smyrna.
No. So slot to the short side of the field. Watch the reverse. Here comes the number 2, Devin Smith. And he's going to get knocked out at about the 15, 14-yard line. That's going to be 3rd and about 8.
Nice hit by Jeremiah Wilson there.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2's got some speed, Devin Smith.
Yeah, he cut that corner and turned it up.
Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and call it 5. Ball at the, call it the 13-yard line. 3rd down. And he's looking for it in the corner. And off the fingertips, incomplete. But you're Smyrna. You're in 4-down territory here.
And that's a good play. And, they've got Central in a little bit of a bind there because you have to account for that running back.
Right.
And somebody's got, in the passing game, not just the running game, somebody's got to be hot on him if he comes out of the backfield.
And they're keeping him in man. They're keeping him man coverage out on that edge.
Yeah, and that makes it very difficult to double 13 out there or for him to get any help.
And they got it. They got him for pass interference earlier in the game down there on the extra point on the same play. 4th and 5 for the Smyrna Eagles. Ball at the 13-yard line of Sussex Central. Sanchez looking to his left, steps up, throws a slant, and Jackson has it. And they're going to mark him down inside the 1.
Nice delivery there under pressure by Sanchez.
Stepped up, nice ball.
Yes, it was.
That'll bring up first down and goal for your Smyrna Eagles.
So I do not recall this kid last year.
He played for him last year. He was the quarterback. Are you talking about Sanchez or Jackson?
Yeah, I'm talking about Sanchez.
Yeah, he was their quarterback last year. But remember, they ran a lot of that.
Right. So they had the running back
Earthquake.
sort of running in that earthquake formation.
Right, that's going to be a sack on the play.
Carry
Number
on the play by number
51,
25,
Joseph Megison. And also saw Lewis in on the play.
Down
Loss
on
of
the
about
team, Lewis.
3. Going to make it second and goal from the 4.
And here comes the earthquake.
Here comes the big quarterback. Earthquake formation for the Eagles.
Debo Williams looking to lead somebody in there.
Uh-huh.
That just looks like the single wing.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy.
He's
about
in.
that.
There's the call. Touchdown, Smyrna Eagles. They go up 18-0, and there has to be a sense of shock on the far side of the field.
Yeah, and I mean, I have to say, I'm a little bit shocked myself.
Right.
18-0.
18-0, and on for the extra point.
Extra point attempt.
Out comes a lineman at the last minute. And back to the earthquake, motioning out of it. And Richardson going to throw a short little pass to Debo Williams for the extra point. It's good. 20-0, Smyrna. Folks, we'll be back after this commercial timeout.
At Capstone Homes, we believe your new home should be designed and inspired by you. Our comprehensive new home experience will give you peace of mind. We have in-house design and drafting, selection centers, and model homes throughout Sussex County so you can experience different layouts. And a terrific team that takes an amazing amount of pride in each and every home we build. Create your new home. Create a Capstone home.
Welcome back to Smyrna High School, where the Smyrna Eagles lead Sussex Central 20-0. Sussex Central, #1 ranked team in the state, and kind of getting them taken to them by the #10 team in the state.
Yeah, Central's going to have to dig deep here.
Captain
One play at a time.
Yeah.
And let's get a first down.
You got to get back in it. You're right.
Ira Anderson, Rebecca Gibson, Captain.
And going to take him inside. Big hit. Knocking him down. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights at their own 31.
Gavin Sembley.
Juniors.
Another wrestler.
Amanda Allison. Coley Seagraves. Emily.
Barclays hitting their out-of-town scoreboard. Sally's now up 13-0 on Appoquinimink. Caravel 26-6 over Laurel.
Kaylee Gearhart. Lauren Summers.
Glandon brings the play in from the sideline.
And Savannah Jones.
Shotgun formation for the Knights. Motion going to be inside handoff. And Williams coming around his left side, has a little bit of running room. Jukes gets knocked out of bounds by Debo Williams, but he has enough for the first down.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's their longest running play of the
Yeah,
night.
I think you're right.
And he got out there in a hurry.
Aubrey Burley.
First down for Sussex Central.
Jaden Hill. Casey Koski.
And Knights going to break the huddle, see if they stay in that shotgun. And they are going to stay in the shotgun. That looks like, okay.
And Zoe Presley.
And
Same
same
play
play
the
on the
other
side.
way.
Shepard trips and falls.
Just a little slip there.
Yep. Going to lose about 3 on the play. 2nd and 13.
Caitlin Rhodes.
Just like things their luck couldn't get any worse, right?
Coaches Whitney Reed and Shayla
2nd and
Evans.
13 for the Golden Knights at their own
Cheerleaders.
42, 43-yard line. And Glandon in the shotgun. And a quick out.
Nice ball.
And going to pick up out to about the 5 yards, and then takes it out of bounds. Gain of about 16 on the play.
Tackle by number 1, Darrell Williams.
Landon down behind the play. Looks like a cramp. Hoping it's a cramp.
All right.
Looks to be a first down for Sussex Central.
And they're going to come in another quarterback. Was that Toppin on the catch, I believe?
It's a nice play. Nice ball. Way to get it out there. They've been in the shotgun for 3 plays, and
Right.
they picked up two first downs and about 30 yards.
And Glandon down. Folks, we're going to take a quick timeout while we have a player down. We'll be right back with more. 302 Sports, Henlopen Conference Friday night game of the week. Your score was 5:54 to play here in the third. Smyrna 20, Sussex Central 0.
From a neighbor you can trust. Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the
And just as we sent it to a commercial, Glandon gets up and sprints off the field. So here we go. First down for the Knights. And it looks like McGee coming in at quarterback. Is that number 12?
I'm going to say that's Robert Willie, number 15.
Is that 15?
And he comes right out and gets in the shotgun. Oh,
And drops it. And going to get wrapped up by a whole ton of Smyrna Eagles.
Loss of 7 on the play. Tackled by number 66, Hugo Harp, and number 5, Eric Larson.
Loss of 6 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 16.
Second down and 16.
Here comes Glandon back in the game. You're asking a lot of a backup quarterback to step in a game
Right.
like this, cold off the bench, and get into something that you don't typically run.
Right. Second down for the Golden Knights. Glandon looking to the left, under pressure, and he's going to be sacked. Number 66, Hugo Harp.
Tackle on the play, number 66, Hugo Harp.
Pick up or a loss of 1 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 17.
Well, one thing Harp has picked up in his first year of football is how to do a sack dance.
Yes. I was just going to say, he's having fun out there.
3rd and 17 for the Golden Knights. And again, not positions they want to be in. Coming up to the end of this quarter, folks, the Juwan Johnson State Farm trivia question. Glandon in the shotgun, takes a snap, rolls slot to the left. Under pressure by Harp again. Ball's on the ground. But Sussex Central able to recover it. That was Harp again. Harp making a name for himself on the defense right now.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Ball is recovered by Sussex Central. Shall we say 4th and long, Sussex
4th
Central.
and long for the Golden Knights. Ball back at their own 39-yard line. Started at their at the Smyrna 42. Just when they started to get something positive going,
Yeah,
the
they
Smyrna
can-
defense.
Yeah, and their quarterback catches a cramp
Right.
after making a nice play and getting a first down.
And we have a flag on the play for a ineligible player as he breaks the huddle. So Macker back 5 more. And that's going to put Smyrna in some decent field position off this punt.
Yeah.
Illegal substitution.
And you hear
Central, 5-yard
you hear
penalty.
the officials sometimes when you're on the sidelines in situations like this say double sticks. That's triple sticks out there.
Right.
That's about 4th and 40.
That's a long way to go. I mean, he might have trouble punting this for a first down. And he's got a big leg.
Yes.
So Kasim Lewis on the punt. And we're going to get another flag. And procedure on Sussex Central.
False start, Sussex Central.
They're kind of right now. They're kind of getting this can't get out of their own way thing.
Yes. And Smyrna is happy to help them not get out of
Right.
their own way.
This is like a 4th and 40 something. 4th and 41. my quick math gives me. I'm counting all those little lines. St. Louis back to punt on 4th and 40.
He moved again.
And we're going to get another procedure. And that's going to back it up some more. Sussex Central just all out of sorts.
Sussex Central, 5-yard penalty.
45, 4th and 45 for the Golden Knights.
Smyrna fans getting their own version of the earthquake.
Yes,
going.
they are. Building shaking just a little here. Kassim now punting from his own 10. And gets a big leg into it.
Man,
floats down inside the 40. He's going to land about the 35, take a Smyrna bounce. And it's going to be covered at about the 39-yard line where Smyrna's going to take over 1st and 10.
Be 1st down and 10 for
Got a little
Smyrna
unsportsmanlike on the other side of the field over here. We got 2 flags.
Flag on the
I'm
play.
guessing this is going to be offsetting. Look like Saffold and somebody else over there, number 7 for Smyrna, mixing it up.
Raymond Nyamik. A long discussion.
I'm gonna say, call it both
Yeah,
both
let's
ways.
move on.
Let's play here, guys.
Here comes the call from the head official. While we wait for the call, we'll get some scores from the Barclay Heating their out-of-town scoreboard. Delmar leads at the half over Queen Anne's 21-20.
Looks like somebody's talking to Mike Judy. I don't see anybody over there
No.
talking to Coach Wells. I can see the referee admonishing the Smyrna team there.
Right, with 2 flags.
Yeah, he's going to have to give one back to his buddy.
Okay, we have 2 unsportsmanlike penalties on Sussex Central and Smyrna that offset, and a personal foul penalty against Smyrna, 15 yards.
So 3 personal fouls in that. It's going to
Still
be
Smyrna ball.
a minus 15 Smyrna.
No wonder it took so long.
Right,
First
there's a lot to
and 10
explain there.
On the Smyrna 24.
So 1st and 10 for the Smyrna Eagles at their own 24-yard line.
Sanchez again in the game with Tripp, Split, Knight in the backfield.
And hand off to Knight. He's got a first or close to a first down.
On the carry, number 25,
So
Wayne
gonna
Knight, close to
call him a
first
yard
down.
short. 2nd and 1.
Pick up of about 9. Tackle on the play by number 30, Katai Tilly.
Seemed Lewis with a twist in there,
Looks like
and they
it's gonna
ran
be
that right
2nd and 1.
up underneath him.
2nd and 1 for Smyrna. Sanchez is maybe changing the play. And Knight up the middle. Finds some running out the right side. He bounces it out, and he's going to be run out of bounds
Wayne Knight, tackle out of bounds.
by number 18, Philip Stratton. First down
Smyrna, first
for
down.
Smyrna. Correction on that score. It's Queen Anne's 21, Delmar 20. I had that backwards. First and 10.
Little trap play there by Smyrna. They
It
pulled
bounces it out.
Yeah. They pulled a guard that way.
First and 10 for Smyrna. And that same
Same
play.
play again.
Knights going to get it out to about the 49.
By number 25, Wayne.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 2.
Pick up about 8. Be 2nd and 2. Tackle on the play by number 45, Terrence Frisbee.
Slays Adams chipping away at Appo. Another field goal, 20-0 for the Sows. 2nd and 2 for the Smyrna Eagles. Ball at their own 49-yard line. Minute to play here in the third quarter. There's a pass out to Jackson. Jackson reverses field. And
nice tackle, ball
on the ground.
That's going to be Central ball.
Fumble, Sussex Central ball. It's going to be first down for the Golden Knights, and we have a whistle.
Looks like we got somebody hurt over there. It looks like Smyrna kid down. 13 is down.
That was the receiver on the play.
Yeah, that's Jackson. Look, his friends were waving for him for a trainer. He is on the Sussex Central side.
And Kasim Lewis is taking a walk back here at about inside the 30, holding his arm. Well, folks, while we have a break in the action, let's go to the Juwan Johnson State Farm trivia question. Who is the former Smyrna head coach that led the Eagles to their first state tournament appearance, then went on to coach college at CW Post, now known as Long Island University Post? Read that again. Who is the former Smyrna head coach that led the Eagles to their first state tournament appearance, then went on to coach college at CW Post, now known as Long Island Post? The answer coming up in the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Yeah.
Did he write a book?
I don't know. He might have. Like the spelling bee. Sport of origin, please. And number 13, Jackson, up and walking under his own power off the field. But it's going to be Sussex Central ball, 1st and 10 at the Smyrna 47 with 47 seconds to play here in the third quarter. And a nice break the huddle.
Trying to tackle 5 yards. That's what they want to do.
Tackle on the play by number 1, Darrell Williams.
Clock running down here in the third quarter. Gain of 4. 2nd and 6 for the Knights. And the Knights are going to jump off sides.
Flag on the play. Ball start, Sussex Central.
I was looking here, Dave. I was stopped our clock, and I looked. That offsides happened at about 14 seconds. They ran all the way down to 8.
Hey, if you can't do home cooking, then,
8 seconds left to play. 2nd and 11. Again, the Knights have something going in the positive and shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, with just a little mistake. Something that they are definitely – that's definitely not the style of football they're used to playing.
2nd and 11 for the Golden Knights. 8 seconds to play here in the third quarter. It's going to be tossed to Stratton. Nowhere to go. Hugo Harp all over it.
Tackle on the play for a loss.
He's coming from the backside there.
Right.
Number 5, Eric Larson.
I mean, he's a nightmare.
That is the end of the
That's at the end of the third quarter, folks. Your score.
Sussex Central 0.
Smyrna 20.
Smyrna Eagles,
Sussex
20.
Central 0. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action here live from Smyrna.
Hi, I'm Scott Cameron from Soto Concepts.
And I'm Lauren from Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware.
Come visit us at Catch 54 overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
At Catch 54, we are committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a beautiful setting overlooking the bay. We have great nightly specials throughout the second season and serve a great happy hour every day, all year.
Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Open 7 days a week year-round. Come check us out.
And welcome back to Smyrna High School, the Sussex Central Golden Knights, the number 1 ranked team in the state, trailing the number 10 ranked team in the state, 20-0. Let's get to our Juwan Johnson trivia question. John Johnson State Farm, who is the former Smyrna coach, head coach, that led the Eagles to their first state tournament appearance, then went on to coach college at CW Post. Got an answer?
I only know one person that coached at CW Post. He had a connection to Lewis, actually.
Good.
And that would have been a defensive guy, Marshall.
Now, Jim Colbert. Jim Colbert from 1972 to 1975. His last season led Smyrna to a 10-0 record. That's your answer. Jim Colbert on the Jawan E. Johnson State Farm trivia question. Back to football here in the third quarter. So that was way before your time.
Yes, I think I was 2.
Right. I actually got to see the semifinal game that he coached. I was a little guy, about 11 years old. Here go the Knights third and 14. Clandon's going to drop back. He's under pressure, has to step up, and he's sacked. And again, first man there, Hugo Harp. Referee's going to say he's down. And Hugo says, all right, I'll get the next one.
Yeah.
Tackle on the play by number 15, Robert Wiley.
Harp, certainly a well-liked kid. You know, seen him wrestle over the years.
Well, he was the all-conference breakdancer at the Henlopen Conference Wrestling Tournament last year, and he put on a show.
You just see a lot of kids from a lot of different teams that really
like the guy.
Really like the guy.
No conference titles, but 2 state titles. How about that?
Yeah.
Shows up on the last Saturday of the year.
Yep.
Sussex Central going to punt it away. New punter. Good snap, and he gets it away. It's a low floater. Bounces at 25, picked up at the 20, and tackled right away.
It's good to know 13 is okay. Makai Jackson back in the game.
First and 10.
It'll be first down and 10 for Smyrna on the Smyrna 19.
And here come the Smyrna Eagles in that little pistol. They got 2 backs this time. They didn't go out of the pistol. They're going to go regular shotgun.
Trips to this side.
Let's see if they flooded it one time.
Yeah,
in this game.
if they motion out of that is a real difficult formation to adjust to.
So here we go. 10:57 to play in the game. And there it is. There's your motion. They're going to flood this near side. And throws out to number 24. There's another guy.
Incomplete pass.
Dejon Jones. Incomplete. Brings up second down.
A lot of young skill guys touching the ball.
Yeah, you better believe it.
Freshmen and sophomores.
Last night when we were doing the picks, Trey said, Smyrna, man, they're on the come up. You gotta be careful with a team like this. Second and 10 for the Smyrna Eagles at their own 19-yard line here in the fourth quarter. 20-0 lead for the Eagles. Sanchez takes the snap. Throws out this time number 2, Devin Smith. And he's going to be dragged down from behind.
Completion from number 12, Aiden Sanchez.
That's number 30, Katai Tilley. First time we heard his name tonight.
Tackle on the play by number 30, Katai Tilley. Brings up third down and 5 to 6.
3rd and 5 for the Eagles. Empty backfield for Sanchez. Under pressure, steps up, steps out. There's a flag, probably going to be a hold. He gets it outside across the 30, but we have a flag in the backfield.
Flag on the play.
And that's a hold. That's a hold way back behind line of scrimmage.
Yes.
That's what's going to be holding.
That'll be holding against Smyrna.
Sussex Central did a nice job there to the 3 receiver side that time, covering that and communicating.
So they're going to mark it off. It's going to take it back down inside the 10-yard line to about the 7, where it's going to be second down for Smyrna. Second down for Smyrna. Or third down. Was that a third down play?
Yep, third down.
Third and a lot. It's like 3rd and 20. 3rd and 21. Here comes the 3rd and 21 play. Empty backfield. Knight comes back. Switches sides. Trips to the short side of the field. Just like a screen.
Yep.
And Knight's going to have it at about the 5, takes that about the 10. And going to get out to about the 10-yard line, gain of 1 on the play. Brings up a 4th down.
Number 25, Wayne
Wonder if we'll
Knight.
see the Smyrna punter here.
That's a great question.
We'll see if they have a punter.
That'll bring up 4th down.
And they're going to go for it on 4th and 20.
From their 10.
Right, from their own 10. So roll to the right, looks back over the middle, and that's going to be picked off by number 12, Sean McGee. Maybe we want to knock that one down.
Yeah, you actually do want to knock that one down.
That'll be 1st and
So that's
10.
as good as a punt for them.
Right? Yeah, Smyrna's up
On the Smyrna
20-0 and has 3 turnovers in this game.
Yeah.
And we said the team that won the turnover battle.
Yeah, so it shows how much we know.
Right.
And really loose.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 4th and whatever from your own 10, and you're like, yeah, we're going for it.
Yeah, we'll do it. 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights at the Smyrna 29-yard line. And they're staying in that tight formation, double wing, one back.
Speed sweep or guard trap coming here.
And there's your speed sweep. And going to pick up nothing on the play, no gain. That was number 21, Shepard Parker. And John Wells has to be frustrated right now.
Yeah. 2nd down and 10.
It's a team that has rushed for over 500 yards in 2 games, and they just can't get it going.
No, and they again, Wilson not in. Oh, yeah, no, he's still in there. Wilson and Harp creating a lot of problems in there, and Walter Dorcelis, too. They're in like a 3-4 look now.
Under pressure. Hit, sacked, back at the 40.
And there's Dorcelis.
Number 5, Eric Larson.
Smyrna's just having fun right now, Dave.
Yeah.
Number 40, Walter Dorcelis. Brings up 3rd down and long.
3rd and long for the Golden Knights. And it's going to be a long. It's going to be about 20 yards. 3rd and 20. With the clock running down, 20-0. Third and 20, wing T formation for the Knights. Williams goes in motion, play action, has a man down the middle and overthrows number 3 on the coverage, Gavin Sembley, brings up 4th down.
Yeah.
4th down, Sussex Central.
Glandon under a lot of pressure there.
Yeah, they're now just pinning their ears back and getting after it and having fun.
And Sussex Central is going to go for it here on 4th and about 22. Like Waggle coming.
There's a flag on the play, and he's going to be dropped.
Flag on the play.
May have been a procedure.
Yeah. Sussex Central. That penalty is declined. That'll bring up a Smyrna 1st down.
Turnover on down. Smyrna's going to take over at their own 40-yard line, 1st and 10 with a 20-0 lead. Sanchez with the empty backfield, trips to the far side of the field. Sanchez has managed this offense very well.
Yes, he has. And you know, the way when they throw the ball like that and keep it inbounds,
He's got Smith who goes out of bounds.
If he keeps that inbounds, that's like marching it down the field, running the ball, and they run their clock off.
Right.
They run it down between plays.
So we wanted to know how good Division I is up north. Salesianum 34-0 over Appoquinimink.
So Salesianum's for real.
They're for real. Got a couple stacks here, 2x2.
It's a new formation tonight.
And it's going to be Knight up the middle. And he's going to pick up about 4 on the play, bring up 2nd and 6.
Carry on the play by number 25, Wayne Knight.
Archmere all over Tatnall, 35-8.
Tatnall opening up a new field tonight, I think.
Yeah, and bringing in lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tackle on the play
And that Howard Brandywine game, that's Brandywine's first ever game under the lights, and Howard turned them out. 44-0's the final.
Ooh.
2nd and 7 for Smyrna.
Same formation there.
And Knight
Same play.
picks up about a yard on the play.
Carry on the play again by number 25.
Tackle made by
Wayne
15,
Knight.
Jeremiah Wilson.
Tackle on the play by number 1, Jamaica Jacobs. Number 45, Terrence Frisbee.
And now what Smyrna doing now is just
Brings up
eating
third
up some
down.
precious clock. 6:22 to play.
Hand signals
game.
going back and forth. You got Knight giving hand signals
Right.
back to the bench.
We'll get to see his big brother play tomorrow.
There it
Sanchez
is.
throws it out to the side. First down. And that's number 11, Devin DeMo, with the first down. Caravel 41, Laurel 6.
First down.
I don't want to be too critical here. Smyrna's executing very well, but stay in bounds.
Yeah, yeah. Just dropped to a knee because he got driven out.
I guess he did.
First down for the Smyrna Eagles at the Sussex Central 34. Pump fake, has a man down the sideline, just over his head. Looked like he was trying to get a pass interference call.
Yeah, a little bit of contact. Good no call there, I think.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, there's no such thing in high school football as illegal contact.
Right.
The ball's not in the air.
That's right.
Unless you're holding them.
Right. 5:24 to play here in the game. 2nd and 10 for Smyrna. Shotgun, 2 backs in the backfield. And it's going to be Knight up the middle, dances out to the right side, and it's going to take it down inside the 30. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 3. Wayne Knight on the carry.
Pick up about 6 yards, bring up 3rd down and 4.
And, you know, going back to Sanchez, he is really managing this offense. There's a lot of different, you know, just a whole new look here that
I can't wait to see his stats, how many different receivers he hit in this game.
Yeah.
Under 5 minutes to play here in the game. And Knight again. This time he's up. Oh, he gets out of it and gets a first down.
Carry on the play by number 25, Wayne Knight.
Looked like he was trapped back behind the line of scrimmage, and he squirts out and picks up the first down.
Smyrna, first down.
He's really gotten better as the game has gone on here.
Yeah. Really, stat-wise, he hadn't showed up this year, but he showed up tonight.
Yeah, and he does not look like a sophomore.
No.
I mean, he's not a big guy, but he is bouncing off of people and dragging people.
1st and 10 at the 21 of Sussex Central. Empty backfield for Sanchez. Looks right, has a man open, and that's number 4.
And he stays in
Chijon
bounds.
Smith, yeah, he stays in bounds. It looks like he might have enough for a first down, but he definitely has enough to be in the Lasher's Barbecue red zone. This is Smyrna's 4th trip into the red zone tonight.
Brings up 2nd down and 1.
And they're 3 for 3 on their first 3.
Smyrna
it's
impressive.
Interesting. You think of them as an up-tempo team, right? They're a no-huddle team, but they do run clock in between plays when they need to.
Well, they did not get the first down. Overthrown. They marked them down short of the first down.
Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 2. Unable to bring it down. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2 for Smyrna. 3:30 to play in the game. You know, they came off a respectable loss in the season opener to Middletown. I mean, it was like a 7-6 game at the half.
Right.
And then ended up losing 27-6. I mean, does Sussex Central drop real low, or does Smyrna move up real high now?
I think Smyrna moves up, and I think, there's no shame in this loss.
Oh, ball stolen.
Fumble on the play.
Stripped by number 30, Katai Tilley. And he's going to take it down to the 10. So that's going to be Sussex Central taking it to their red zone now for the first time tonight. Katai Tilley with the strip and runs it down the length of the field to the 10.
Tremendous effort by Knight and Jackson there to chase him.
Chasing down, yeah. So Sussex Central in the red zone, ball at the Smyrna 10.
Getting back to, there's no shame in this for Sussex Central.
No.
At the 10-yard line.
And honestly, they need to play the next game, and which I'm sure they'll do.
Right.
And they're going to be around. And the North is pretty loaded this year.
Go back to their T-buck formation, and that's Shepard Parker on the carry. He's going to take it inside the 10, down to about the 7, gain of 3 on the play.
By a host of Eagles. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, and another thing, Sussex Central, they bring back an experienced line from a state championship team, and this Smyrna front four did their job tonight.
Yes, they did. And Central's going to try to get into the knockback game here.
2nd and goal, full house backfield. Glandon has a man open in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Sussex Central. Number, was that 1 or 7?
That looks like 3 to me.
3?
No, 7.
7. That's
Dominique
Smith. He caught a big pass last year in the semifinals. So Sussex Central gets on the scoreboard with 2:31 to play in the game.
Sussex Central 6, your Smyrna Eagles 20.
And they found a little something there.
Yeah, yes they did. They actually had 2 guys open on that play.
Yeah.
So Sussex Central going for 2 here as they trail 20-6. Well, now they're going to kick. On the hold is Sean McGee. High snap, gets it down, kicks up, and it's good.
PA attempt by Sussex Central is good.
It's going to make it 20-7.
Sussex
The
Central
kicker,
7,
Christian
Palacios.
Good. You got good Spanish there.
Yeah.
Folks, we're going to take a commercial timeout. We're right back with more of the Friday night Henlopen Conference game of the week. As our new sponsor, Millman's Appliances, Georgetown Lewis Highway, known to the locals as Route 9.
That's correct.
Sussex Central to kick off, trail 20-7. And here comes the onside kick, and right at number 15.
Onside kick attempt.
Robert Willie, nice play.
Caught that like a laid out for it. First and 10, anything is, it gives Smyrna the ball at midfield.
46-yard line.
2:29 to play.
Down.
Looks like Smyrna might be bringing the earthquake package. See
Yeah,
Williams on the field.
And here comes Hugo Hart to play some offense.
Oh boy.
As an up back, him and Debo Williams.
That's some beef coming at you.
First and 10 for the Smyrna Eagles. And Richardson dances in the hole, picks up about 3.
On the carry,
It's going to bring up second down and 7.
For a gain about 4 yards.
Again, you know, if you're a team, you're playing Smyrna, so much to prepare for.
Yeah, you're right. And then their defense shows up tonight.
Yeah.
A team that's let up, 26 and 29 in the first 2 games of the season. They're second and 7. Richardson in this earthquake formation. Now looks like they're going to take it. Now he's going to go back to the earthquake. I thought he was going to take a knee there. Low snap. And they have a push to Pile. He's going to be close to a first down. Looks like maybe a yard short.
Yeah, about a yard short.
Gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 9.
Interesting. That play appears to be designed for him to wait a few seconds before he heads up.
And it's like Sussex Central is going to take a timeout here. And we're going to take one with them, folks. We'll be right back. Scorer, Smyrna 20, Sussex Central 7.
Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create. Unique Image, open for business.
And welcome back to Smyrna High School. Benny Mitchell, Dave Frederick here on the call. 3rd and 1 in our Henlopen Conference Northern Division opener. Folks, at the end of the game, we will name an Active Pest Solutions Pest of the Game and a Louis Pizza Player of the Game. We'll get those photos from our cameraman, Trey Mitchell, get down to the field, and
3rd and short.
We'll have them up on social media tonight and tomorrow morning. 3rd and 1 for the Eagles. Richardson takes the snap and, again, pushes the pile. It's going to be a first down for the Eagles.
Carry, number 20, Nick Richardson for Smyrna, first down.
Milford trying to creep back in it. Cape Henlopen 28, Milford 24.
Whoa.
Second half. First and 10 for the Smyrna Eagles, and it looks like John Wells maybe not going to take his other 2 timeouts as the clock winds down.
I respect that.
Mm-hmm. Tomorrow, 302 Sports will have Hodgson Votech
Timeout, Smyrna.
and the Middletown Cavaliers live from Hodgson. Big game between number 3 and number 4. 66? No, 22. Yeah. You know what? Do 22 and 1. 22 and 1 is the best. I think you guys play the game. What? Play the game. So you want me to get 66, 22 and 1. All right, I'll try to get 1. I think everyone's on top to 1. Okay. .38 seconds to play. First and 10 for Smyrna.
Fans, as you're exiting, we would like to thank you for your attendance at this evening's game.
Again, back to tomorrow's game. Number 3 versus number 4. Middletown and Hodgson. That was a 14-7 game last year on week 10.
2 really good teams. That's another one. That's a great early season matchup.
Mm-hmm. And Hodgson also has, both of them have Slade Zanham on the schedule too. Next week, folks, we'll be Our Henlopen Conference Friday night game of the week will be Lake Forest hosting the Wilmington Friends Quakers. And getting our stats handed to us by Dave Marvel.
That's going to do it. They'll make them take it one more time.
Well, not if they don't put the ball down right away. But there, he got the ball. Got that ball set quick, didn't he?
A lot of good sportsmanship out there.
Yeah, they're already shaking hands.
I like to see that.
These two, they can meet again.
Oh,
in
no
the playoffs.
question about it. And then this one won't matter.
That's right. Folks, we're going to take a quick commercial timeout. Your final score, Smyrna Eagles 20, Sussex Central 7. And wow, they were ready with the fireworks. Folks, we'll be right back.
The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroup.re.com.
And welcome back to Smyrna, folks, for our post-game show brought to you by Arena's Deli. Our final stats, the final score, Smyrna 20, Sussex Central 7. For the Sussex Central Golden Knights, 4 yards total for tonight. 20 in the air, 16, minus 16 rushing, and only 5 first downs. For the Smyrna Eagles, 331 yards of total offense, 236 in the air, 95 on the ground. 18 first downs, and here's the crazy stat, 4 turnovers.
And it didn't matter.
It didn't matter. Knight, 16 carries for 66 yards. Jackson, 8 catches for 82. Smith, 6 catches for 44. Demo, 7 catches for 71. Sanchez, 24 for 33 for 211, but he had the 2 picks. Glandon, no completions, and Knight, he was 1 for 1 with a touchdown pass for 25 yards and a touchdown.
And ran one. Smyrna's happy, and they're back.
Well, Dave, you see it. When the ants hit the screen, it's time to announce our Active Pest Solutions Pest of the Game. Who do you got?
It was tough.
It was. It was really tough.
It was tough, and, I think Smyrna defensively was the story tonight.
I agree.
And, we had 3 outstanding defensive players tonight.
That's right.
And we're going to go with 2 people for the pest with Williams and Wilson, double W for the pests of the game.
Debo Williams, number 1, and number 22, Mason Wilson. They're our pests of the game. As you called it at halftime, that's an infestation.
Yes.
We need to get active pest control out here and solve this problem.
Yes.
So then let's go to our Louis Pizza player of the game. In his first year playing football, I can't wait to see the stats. Number 66, Hugo Harp is our player of the game, Louis Pizza player of the game.
Yeah.
He was, most of his tackles, Dave, they came from the backside.
Came from the backside, and he just has a nose for the ball. He did not get upfield too quickly when he didn't have to, and he locked up with his guy, moved laterally down the line of scrimmage, and was chasing down some really good running backs from Sussex Central.
Hugo Harp, he's a 2-time state champion for the Dover Senators. Transfers to Smyrna this year. They get him out for the football team just so he can – I was talking to Mike Judy on Wednesday. We got him out here so he could make some friends, and, he's new to the school. He made some friends, all right. He made some enemies in white jerseys, too.
Yeah, well, and he's a big guy who's a great player, and you can see even the guys from Central happy to see him, and just a really likable guy. Had a great game. He had a dominant performance tonight.
Let's talk about the weekend, folks. College football alive and well in Delaware at noon. The Wesley College Wolverines, they head up north to the Endicott College Ghouls for a 12 o'clock kickoff. Last week the Bison were in town in Newark, but this week it's the Bison as Howard University comes to town to take on Delaware State, 2 o'clock kickoff. And the University of Penn Quakers, they come to Newark and they take on the University of Delaware Blue Hens at 1 o'clock with Nolan Henderson as the starting quarterback, the Smyrna High graduate.
Yeah. And with Will Knight looking to also get some touches there, and and his brother will be up there at the game tomorrow in a good mood.
Absolutely. Folks, Wednesday night, don't forget our Wednesday night show, Sports Weekly show at Buffalo Wild Wings. I think we're going to be back in Christiana this week. Not sure. But I do know on October 16th, the Buffalo Wild Wings show, the Real Show Sports Weekly, is coming to Rehoboth Beach as we're going to have the Battle of Georgetown between the Sussex Central Golden Knights and the Sussex Tech Ravens. So mark your calendars for Week 7 when we come back down south for the show. I want to thank Dave Marvel for the stats, Trey Mitchell on the camera, and also down on the field getting some player of the game photos for us. Thank you again, Dave, Frederick, for coming along. I think I got you one more time this year, and then we got the playoffs to go. Thank you for coming on with your commentary and your expertise. For the crew here at Smyrna, I'm Benny Mitchell signing off, folks. Saturdays for the boys tomorrow, college football. Signing off. Have a safe night.